Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. That music that you are hearing there, that's the Kora music, the popular Gambian instrument, Senegambia instrument. But ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you hit that like if you haven't already done so. And please subscribe to the channel, one of the best edutainment channels on this side of heaven. Tell me, who do you know that can go and dig and bring you the true history of where jollof rice came from? The Nigerians have been running around all over the internet, all over the world, them and Ghana, fighting each other over who has the best jollof rice. But yesterday, the conversation came. Cameroon also jumped into it, and this inspired this cultural exchange to come in. But of course, there's never good cultural exchange without also including the blacks in it, because even though some pretend to be mad, but the amount of emails I get, especially when I didn't do the black topics for a while, they're like, someone wrote, Afridamus, did we do something wrong to you? I was like, what? Well, you haven't been, talking about the blacks. Like, are you mad at us or what? So I don't want the blacks to feel left out, because they are also in this cultural exchange program. You see, cultural exchange happen through different means. Sometimes some people are foodies. They go and show you the foods of that country. Some people want to go, not all, because you see, in Africa, my part of Africa, food is everything. The people are hospitable. People want to welcome you in. But I noticed, I was like, wait a minute, because we generally, we talk about the ones that are misbehaving, but I'm like, just maybe from my observation, what I know is because blacks are suspicious of everybody, because they only hang out around other blacks. They are hostile with whites. So now this is all new, even though deep down they want to participate in these cultural exchanges. But, what should they expect? Who is going to introduce the culture to the blacks? That's where I come into play. I found a very good video. It's a couple of um, older women, which you guys know, for the most part, people that are repatriating to Africa, they tend to be older. People who are already set in their ways, like, and they are not adventurous. This is what I'm getting. So if you've never been adventurous, you would be scared. So I want to ease that for the people who are interested in learning about the different cultures. So I'm going to bring that video first, and then we would go and travel all the way to Jollof Land in Senegal, where the jollof rice was originated, the process by which the jollof rice is cooked. This town in Senegal, some of the buildings there, most of them, they are over 300 years old. This was before they even shipped out the blacks, their ancestors, to America. So they used to, pass through that island. So when you hear some of these people saying, oh, we original in America, look, those houses were built on that African soil before most of these houses came about. That's where jollof rice came from. So Nigerians, Ghanaian, una sit back and relax. The jig is up. Now, you two, I don't know, whatever rice you guys fighting over, it is not jollof rice. I told you guys, you would have to change the name if we ever hear you fight about over this after today. All right, let me play my disclaimers here, and I will share this cultural exchange of these African American women in the Gambia. We are going to hear what they look for. You know what they say, seek and ye shall find. Whatever you look for, you will find. You have to be open to learning about other cultures or other places you're going to. But if you are not willing to learn, you are going to miss out on a lot. I have two videos to compare. You will see one individual. It's a non-black person that went to Africa who is open to learning and had so much fun. And another group who the same skin color as Africans, but because they are so uptight and suspicious and feel negative about life in general, it makes it harder to integrate. But just maybe these conversations would help open their eyes to the rich culture they are around. Maybe they are afraid of it because they don't know. Because if you don't know the language, like you guys know how black people get all funny about people speaking languages they don't know. You have to look at the world bigger than America. Especially now you guys are becoming international travelers. So now let's get into that. Let me do my disclaimer here, my fair use, so you guys can see the beautiful fair use music I put together here. Yeah. All right. Now that I got that out of the way, kick back. Let's look at the experience of the blacks. Some of, not all. But this is a group of women. They are going to tell us their experience. But they got cooked in the chat section for whatever reason. But I'm not gonna cook them because I picked up on things that they themselves don't even realize. And I will explain here. All right, here we go. Got them there. And, like I said, it's mostly people who are already older, set in their ways, that are going to Gambia and Ghana for whatever reason.
Okay, that's
Oh, very nice. Very nice for my sisters. Very nice. How much you talking about? The dress? Yeah. You sell it for yeah, but the dress is good.
cute. Dress is well for it. Where everyone here is like, yeah, it's just nice. Look at the jewelry here. All right, so we're here with we're actually in the town.
So you see, like, if you just go, this is where the tourists go to, right? The white tourists, or the tourists go to the tourist market, you know. So if you hang out where the European tourists hang out at, you cannot necessarily think you're gonna get something different. If you're coming from the West like them and you're in where the Western people hang out at, that's what you would be treated as a Westerner. But if you're moving there, I would think you might want to connect with actual local people. You can find people that would see you as family. You connect and build relationships from there. But here we go.
Of the cow today, and we're just here for a family barbecue / feast day, and we are called Goshen, yes? Yes. Okay, and so the ladies that you see here, we have
Doris, Lisa, Zaria.
okay, and so everybody here has been in the land of Gambia for approximately a year. And so through Gemstones of Truth, we're sharing some truth aspects, but also just some challenges and the benefits of living in the Gambia, a plethora of different experiences that we're having. And today we're going to be talking about.
And you will see. So this is generalist. This is not gonna be as different than most of the videos. Seems like I said, seek and ye shall find. So by now you are used to when this type of talks are about to happen, it's gonna be weird. So this is cultural exchange. So the Gambians would learn about the blacks, and the blacks also can learn about the Gambians. But this is strictly Western culture in a cultured Africa, because Gambia is very cultured. So some mannerisms might be weird, but to you, if you're not used to it, but to most Africans, it's normal. It's not suspicious at all. But here we go.
Challenges, right? And just to help our viewers kind of know before you come what to watch out for. Okay, we love Gambia, yes,
Yes. Yes.
but there's some things to watch out for.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So what are we watching out for?
Maybe we need to start with Azaria.
Okay, Azaria.
The first thing I would say is, as a woman, to be very cautious of your surroundings, your taxi.
You guys remember what I was saying about just single women, empty women, just traveling by themselves to Africa, saying you move in there. The truth of the matter is, all that talk, I'm a strong, independent black woman, blackity black, that's only here in the United States. In the United States. But you notice the moment you land in complete different territories, she's now realizing that she is a woman. I have to be aware of my surrounding. I don't think women, just single empty women, should uproot and saying they are changing continents. The black women in America have been lied to. They've been sold a bill of lies. There is no such thing as a strong, independent woman. Let me repeat, no such thing as a strong, independent woman. Anywhere women are beating their chest saying they are strong, that's because they are a weak man. Weak men. So they've been sold the feminist lies, and now they are realizing that it's not so in other parts of the world. Because, like, in America, it's rich materially, right? But if you notice, if you go to countries that are not as rich, you would find that the human interaction level, the social interaction is much higher than here in the States. How people, they value, interpersonal connection. But I'm beginning to see more and more that most of the black people living, going elsewhere, they don't have social skills. They don't have good social skills to be able to interact with other people without just only focusing on negativity and what to look for. They are constantly suspicious because they're not open, they're not used to interacting with other people.
Drivers. Um, a lot of times they memorize where you live, and you can see them in the street. You don't remember them, but they tend to remember you. I don't know why. They tend to remember you. Where a few times taxi drivers were taking her home without her giving direction.
Okay. And
So you see culture number one, right there. She's saying the taxi drivers, people, they remember you that, hello, you are new in town, you're the stranger. This is very normal in our culture. Like the people, they will remember your face, they will remember where you live. There's nothing, they don't mean anything evil by it. That's just the norm. People, like the taxi driver driving you to your home and remembering the home, your face, that is the norm. Because you, like, okay, I get it. You might say, okay, what if something bad? But that's why wherever you are, like your neighbors, especially you guys moved there, try to interact and know know each other, because that also will help you. But that taxi drivers knowing your face and knowing who you are is very normal, because you are a stranger in town. And in town, even people, everybody knows everyone for the most part.
so, all right. So you're saying that you have to just be wary of what information you give to taxi drivers.
Right, because they will remember your address. And as a woman walking in the streets at night, it could be unsafe.
Okay. So Lisa, what do you normally do? Because I know that you take taxis. Do you have them drop you off in front of your house, or do you have a strategy?
Well, we do have a strategy. We will ask them to take us maybe a few doors away to drop us off, and wait for them to turn around and leave, because that's just safer. Then we will walk to our compound. But that is true that they can remember where you live, because I've had that to happen. They would start taking off, and I would say, "Well, I haven't told you where I'm going." They say, "Well, I remember where you live. I remember who you are."
Guys, so you see, that's what I'm saying. Are blacks way too paranoid to live elsewhere? Because it's like everything they are saying here, that this is very normal in those societies. You would easily, like, you're easily ostracizing yourself from the society, because like that taxi driver, them remembering where, like, you're new in town, if something happens, that person could maybe be your only source of help. Like, you could call and they know straight where you live. They can come and get you. You see, they can, you can, it's like you don't have to be uptight and be suspicious of everyone. Like in some cultures, like here in the States, most of these, most people don't even know who their neighbor is. They don't talk to their neighbor. In Gambia, it's rude to go past a group of people, go past people and not greet them. Oh, they talking to you is very normal. Like, this is everything they're saying here. This is very normal. Like, you don't have to be paranoid. People are not looking to hurt you. People are not looking to do anything. This is just a normal thing, because they're like, oh, they know where I live. Hello. What's wrong with that?
So a lot of times they'll even tell you what town you live in, right? Which is
Yes,
very concerning.
absolutely,
Yeah, right.
absolutely.
So they almost like they study your face, they study your routine, your movements, right? Now, there's a lot of wonderful Gambians that live, that we are around, that we've had an opportunity to meet. They're very helpful, but this can happen, right?
Especially
And it has
as a-
happened.
Yes,
It has
as a
happened.
woman, you have to be very cautious. Gambia is a very safe place, but still,
Very,
a woman
yes.
still has to be cautious.
Exactly.
That's
Okay.
all it is.
Okay.
Yes,
So Doris,
no doubt.
no doubt. Okay. Now, even how about like when people come in to service your apartment, like a plumber or a carpenter or what have you? Have you ever experienced anything along those lines where,
Yes, of course, I have just recently. Thank you, Carla. You just have to be mindful of your.
So you see the way she's dressed, like a woman of her age, in like the Gambian setting culture, showing cleavage. They don't do that. They cover up, right? But the type of women because like the bumpsters have a preference. We've talked about the bumpsters. The other, we know there's women that go there that are looking, the passport grannies, right? So even if you're not a passport granny, but you hang around where the passport grannies are, you dress like the passport grannies, showing cleavage with your African map, and you're of certain age, you it's like walking in the red light district with short skirts on, and people approach you and say, hey, how much you charging? And you're pissed, saying, I'm not a prostitute, but you're hanging around in the red light district. You're dressed like them. Like, why are you mad at me for thinking that? You see what I'm saying? So get that also in mind. Like, it's the way she's dressed here in the States these days, that this will be considered conservative, but you are advertising yourself as a passport granny. But let's continue.
Professionalism with them. Keep everything out of professional. Let them know you mean business. Do not give out your personal information to them. Keep everything as professional as possible.
Okay. So when you have to invite a service provider into your home, what you're saying, just keep it professional.
Exactly.
Has there ever been any time where you've had a service provider come in and they've taken it to another level?
Yes. They will take it to another level.
Guys, this is weird, right? Look, what a coincidence. When they ask her, has she experienced anything? The first serviceman she talked about is the plumber. I mean, I just happened to notice that. What is it about the plumbers? Like, all this, even here in the West, all the single older ladies, the cougars that are their age, it's always the plumber coming. What's going on? Like, is it because when these women, the moment they go stay by themselves, the pipes start clogging, they need the plumber to come and unclog it? Like what's going on? But she found her a plumber over there, so she's telling you, watch out. Let's continue.
They're taking as far as they can take it. Matter of fact, I had an incident recently with a plumber. Do not let them get in your space. Let them know you mean business. Put your foot down. And if you let them know you mean business, they will back off. Okay, so I did have a little run-in with the plumber, but I really couldn't.
She had a run-in with a plumber. Guys, look. I mean, is that even? She says she did have a little run-in with the plumber, and you gotta set boundaries. Like, okay, the man is there for the for the pipes, right? How is this space thing coming into play? But I did not make this up. You're hearing it is from the plumber. Guys, please hit the like. Hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like so the algorithm can recommend it to a lot more people. But here we go.
My foot down, and I'm not having it. We as American women, as we come over here in Atlanta, Gambia, we're not dealing with that.
And so Gambia is actually known, unfortunately, as a sex tourism place in Africa.
Do you guys see how vague she sounds? Oh, we're not gonna deal with that. With what? So now the topic is going to the sex tourism part. Let's see how that goes.
And it's we do find that a lot of the European community that comes and the tourists that come, there seems to be almost an understanding between the European women and the Gambian men. And so it seems like as more diasporan women are coming from America or Canada or wherever, they think it's the same type of relationship.
See, I see how they are pretending like, that's not that type of relationship. Okay. Just FYI, I know some of the blacks, it blow your mind. This is someone's grandma, someone's auntie. So, it's just a stellar thing. But let's see how they respond to this.
Yes.
And so we're quite different.
Yes. Very different. They try to put us in the same boat, but we are definitely different. We don't take that. We're not playing that.
So
if we want you, you will know. If we don't want you, you will know.
Okay. So, what's it like taking a walk? because we as women, we get together, we talk about these things, and the Africa's beautiful. The sunrise, the sunset, sundown, the breeze, everything about Africa. The sun is lovely, so you want to enjoy yourself and you want to take a walk. What is the challenge around that? Do you get to walk in peace?
Some days,
Yeah.
some days I do, and it depends on the time of day.
So
and the
what's
location. But other than that, it's basically Rasta girl, hello boss lady,
Yes.
Empress.
Impress, yes.
Queen.
yes.
Oh yeah, all that. You get all that. You
Okay.
get used to that.
What's the agenda?
So they really are fishing, right? All right. Yeah. Again, you're walking around in the bumpster zone. You're not a passport granny, but you are around where the passport grannies are at. So yeah, you're walking by there like Empress, because it's a rule of elimination. Empress, if she respond, that would mean she's Caribbean, right? One of those empresses, they into it. If they say queen, my queen, the Black American women, they go for that. So these bumpsters have figured this game out. The Jamaican Rasta women, they like it when they are called empress. The passport grannies like it when you call them queen. You guys think this queen thing in America is a joke? These women, this is real to them. So even in Africa, in Gambia, the bumpsters have figured it out that when you call them queen, they are ready to drop the drawers. I mean, these are old grannies, playing high school games, literally. I mean, over here, they are walking around. Who's calling them queens? No one. So obviously they don't hate the queen thing. You see how they are smiling? Let's be real. They are enjoying this. But let's continue. They are capping right now.
Agenda behind that, though? What's the reality? Because a lot of women get caught up in that, and they end up losing a lot of money because we can be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And if a man's telling you you're beautiful, calling you queen and goddess and princess and all these types of things, we can get caught up and think that give you an ego. And the next thing you know, you're paying rent, you're buying groceries, you're paying for a car, right? And then you look at your bank account, it's like, where'd all my money go?
Exactly.
Because it was a pretentious love.
It was some manipulation.
Yeah.
Yes.
What can women do to avoid that?
Don't get involved in the first place.
And know yourself, know your
Yes.
self-worth. I mean, at the end of the day, you should know that you're beautiful. It shouldn't take somebody that you don't even know to tell you that you're beautiful.
Okay.
Take it for what it is.
Take it for what it is. Okay.
Say hello and keep moving.
Say hello and keep it moving. Okay. Okay. And is there a perception that people from the West, like I'm going to include,
Bibi said paying rent for who? For the bumpsters. That's what they mean. Look, I don't know these women, right? I'm not gonna make up anything whatsoever. But you guys are watching. I mean, let's be real. Like, I don't know. Are you guys buying that? Like they sort of complaining about this, but they hang around those places because there's a lot of other places where you would just fit right in, where because the passport grannies know where to find these guys. There's special areas. So if you're hearing the word empress, you're hanging around there too, because those guys are the guys that use those terms. It's not just any regular Gambian person. Like, especially if you're saying, "Oh, I'm moving there, I want to be part of the culture. I don't want to be associated to all that." You don't hang around there, but they seem to hang around those areas. All right.
Canada, Europe, US, people think that we have so much money. Like we're even told that we should take town trips because we have the money, or we should buy this because we have the money. Is that another?
That's another stigma they have put on us Americans. Like when we come over here, we have so much money, but it's just not so true.
Okay.
Guys, you see this? That's why I say the blacks flip flop. Isn't this the same black women who say they are the most educated? They make so much money. Like, even didn't the black tell the Africans how rich they are? But now they're there in Africa. They are saying they have so much money, and they say that's a stigma. They are pissed off. But at the same time here in America, if you say, oh, the blacks, Africans make more money, they get mad. But in Africa, they say they make money, they get upset. No, we don't. They are refusing the title because, like, yeah, you can sit in the comfort of your home in America and tell yourself that. But in Africa, you have to prove yourself. Like, yeah, you got to prove yourself. It's not just empty talk. So when you come from the US, yes, they expect you to have a lot of money, but you have to be smart. Who cares what those people think? A lot of you that want to go, you get, I don't know, for whatever reason, you lose your mind when they start calling you queen, empress, or they make you feel like you have so much money. You start spending all your money. Be smart. Who cares what they think? Why even waste your time arguing with people if they don't know how much money you got? But some people fall for this. They fall for it.
Have some people fled, or are you leaving everything behind and fleeing to the land? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't have time.
So these people fled America like refugees. They said they did not. You're hearing it. So when I say refugee, people get mad. So they fled America the way they sound. They left everything behind. Why would you flee America as if there's war?
To set up a residual income necessarily, or
Right, just enough
you
time
just
to
left
get your
everything.
plane ticket and maybe have a little enough to get you through for a few months, and then you'll figure it out from that point.
Okay.
And then the
Okay.
next question is, well, if it's that bad for you, why don't you go back and then go back to work or go back for whatever reason they think everybody gets residual.
No, because see, the Gambians are over there trying to they don't understand. Like, you're crying about money. They see their fellow Gambians like myself who come over there. We're not crying about money. So they figured in America, if you work, you make money. So you're there crying to them about money. They say to you, why don't you just go back and work a bit and come back? But they flip it. Oh, they think we have residual income, blah, blah. No, they are like, hey, we don't know how it's done over there, but wherever you came from, that's where the money is. But they're getting pissed off because they are being told, go back and work and bring money. So these people are priding themselves in being poor.
Income from the States. If so, will somebody please let me know so that I can go ahead and fill out my application, because your sister missing out on that.
Can they please let me know too?
Okay. Because sometimes some of the Gambians seem to think that
there's just money just
Yeah.
flowing in.
Yeah.
From this.
I had somebody say to me the other day that, don't you get nothing money from your old age security. I didn't know that I was
know that they
old.
knew about that.
Oh, they know a lot. They know a lot. Now, mind
They know
you.
that because they basically are with European women that have retired.
Yes.
And
Yes,
that's where
yes.
they get theirs from.
That's
We're
right.
not European women.
Right.
Even when we were working, there really wasn't anything to have for.
Damn, guys, even look at it. So even in passport grannying, the white people are winning in that game too. When they're young Becky's with their long blonde hair, they're still winning against the black women. They get old, retired, move to Africa, Mama Land. In the middle of Mama Land, they're still winning. They're like, oh, we're not like the white women. Oh, they think so the white women are still winning. One time I was at the beach side and I asked this bumster, because there was several of those, black Westerners. I can tell they're Westerners, they look American. But the bumsters were not talking to them like they. So I asked the one bumster, I said, how come you guys don't, go after the black Westerners, the Americans? It's like, nah, these people generally don't have any money. They're too difficult. So they deal with the Europeans, the European passport grannies. Those are the people those bumsters are in love with. So the white old, call them all you want, they are winning even in Africa. They are winning in the money game. I mean, and in Africa, you need the money. How you talk? You can't complain for losing. It's your own fault.
Retirement.
America was hard in itself. So the one thing too that we want to just, if there's any Gambians watching, remember we come from plantations. Europe is a plantation.
U.S. is a plantation.
Canada is a plantation.
Here we go. So slavery is coming. Even though slavery was over, so now they are going to find a way to justify why they shouldn't have money. So America is a plantation. Europe is a plantation. Okay. All right. Well, this is cultural exchange. You're learning. Please make sure you hit the like.
You actually don't. You live.
Switzerland.
Yeah, you live in the land of milk and honey. You just don't realize it yet.
And they teach
But-
you not to appreciate it.
Right.
And to look at what they have is so great and so glorious, and it's really the other way around.
No, the people that know what they have, they just don't have the money to switch it to what they want it to be. So that's the only reason why they want to leave and come back and flip it around. So so you came there, and like you said, they are with the Europeans because the white women got their, I mean, they planned their retirement well. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to share?
Just you come here, be careful. And welcome to Gambia. Welcome.
Yay.
All right. So, guys, that's the first topic, the cultural exchange there. So, you see it, guys. So, it's not necessarily young people going over there, you know, integrating into the society. You see, Habibi said, it's crazy. None of the Afro Manosphere FBA like that music don't come for Afridamus with all the cooking he does. Well, nah, I'm just stating the facts here. The video speaks for itself. Say, Afridamus, you was messing with the white Africans, huh? Keep it real. Nah, I did not mess with white people in Africa at all. Like, you have to remember, I was not a bumster. When I left there, I was just right after high school kid. So I was not into all that, you know. So first time I started talking to white people, white women, that's in America. Years later, you see. So you must know, I keep it blackety black until I found out what Snow Bunny Land looks like, and then unfortunately I had to add some milk to the coffee to dilute it a bit. But now I went back to black coffee. Just kidding. All right, guys. Now we come to the next topic. As you guys know why we're here. We've all heard about the exchange between Nigerians and Ghanaians. Always fighting over who has the best jollof rice. And JQ, just so you know, JQ, leave room for these passport grannies, because we are sending them all right back to you. Just so you know, we're sending them back your way. Deuces of growth. Thank you for the super chat. Guys, don't forget to hit the super chat. He said, FBAs, let me read this. He said, FBA is mad that a young snow bunny, just Pearl Things, said she prefers employing Africans and bring into the USA to work for her. Oh, they are mad at that? Oh, just Pearl. Yeah. Hey, she is smart for that. Look, people are paying attention. So remember this topic. Now we are gonna get into the jollof wars. So Ghana said they are the inventors of jollof rice, and the Nigerians said they are the inventors of jollof rice. But we have a non-black person, non-African, who took the time with his cameras, you know, went into Senegal. He took us on a road to where jollof rice is actually from. Rich history. You will learn a lot about this today. It's not only about the jollof rice. Let me set it up here. And in Senegal, it's called chebujen. Chebujen. So we will do the chebujen here, and then we will bring in the panel. You know, Judah, I hope you're watching, because Judah, I've been looking up some Cameroonian foods. So Cameroon doesn't cook well, good foods compared to Senegambia. So make sure you bring that heat. Deuces, thank you for the super chat again. She said Africans work harder and have helped her grow her business to the next level. And now the FBAs are crying. Man, the FBAs are always crying because for whatever reason, they are jealous of Africans. You know, everything. Now the FBAs want to be African again. So we would welcome them. So I'm going to use this video here. Very well put together documentary. Let me see. Let me do my disclaimer and we would get right into this. We are going straight to Jollof land. All right. So this is from Mark Wayne. He's a traveler. He goes to different places and bring in the footage. And this time he went to Senegal. This is what real cultural exchange look like. You, whatever you seek, ye shall find. There's a lot of rich culture that many of these quote unquote reparts who are looking for all this negativity, they can find beautiful, beautiful things. I just want to open up people's eyes to that. Shazad Yashurel. He said, Jollof Rice is from Senegal, from Jollof Kingdom. Thank you for the super chat. Well, the Nigerians would have the chance to come here and defend themselves. Just so you know, and the Ghanaians. Let's begin the show.
Known locally as Ndar, which is an island within the Senegal River on the Atlantic coast in Senegal. And when it comes to food, this is where Jollof rice originates with the Jollof Kingdom and the Wolof people. Oh, it smells so good. I'm bathing in the Jollof steam. And so today we have been invited.
So guys, welcome to Jollof land. This is the origin of the Jollof rice. Let's continue. We'll see the preparation and all that.
Into a local family home. We're going to see the entire recipe, every step that goes into this incredible dish of tomato, rice, and fish. It's going to be incredibly delicious. And then after we eat, we'll be taking a horse carriage around St. Louis. We'll be visiting the island. We'll be visiting the community, the fishing community along the Atlantic coast. I cannot wait to share with you this incredible Jollof rice experience, where it originates. All coming up right now in this video.
Do you guys see? Look at this comment. You see this cultureless FBA saying, why y'all monkeys can't afford spoons and forks? You see, that's the lack of culture. You guys see, I've shown videos here. Those other grannies as old as they are, besides complaints, what cultural exchange did they bring to the Gambia? Besides complaints. But he wants to call Africans monkeys. Let's continue. You're seeing the attitude here, guys. This is the attitude. So they think when you eat with your hand, that means you cannot afford spoon. It means you're uncivilized, not realizing you are the cultureless one. You see that community you cry about? This is what real communities look like. This is what real community is about. This is actually your original culture before, you know, you got stripped away from it. I don't blame you at all.
And so just on the outskirts of St. Louis, we have just arrived to the house where the family is going to host us for this Jollof rice meal experience and cultural experience. St. Louis is right along the banks, and actually part of it is within the Senegal River. It's an island within the Senegal River along the Atlantic coast of West Africa. Jollof rice, which is actually here called Chebojen, was invented, it was created by the Jollof Kingdom, which is now one of the most common, one of the most famous, one of the greatest dishes of West Africa. You'll find it all around West Africa. And for me personally, I remember growing up, and I had some amazing friends from West Africa, and their families would often make jollof rice on special occasions, and that's where I had my first taste of jollof rice. And I just remember immediately falling in love with the flavors, the tomato acidity.
Guys, make sure you bring your jollof actions. And the Cameroonians watching, Judy, I hope you're taking notes. You better, since just you were saying jollof in Cameroon, in your village, that's for the babies. Let's find out what you can bring that can match jollof, because jollof rice is the best rice, not only in West Africa, from west into central, all the way to South Africa. It is the best rice because the Nigerians have bootlegged it and took it to South Africa. So now the South Africans are watching. They're like, now we see where they stole it from. They are not giving credit to Senegal. Well, South Africans, I'm exposing them for you. Don't worry. You see where the food came from. But it's okay. Nigerian jollof is good too.
The rice, it's like ultimate comfort food. And so for me personally, to be here in St. Louis at the birthplace, at the origin of Jollof Rice, it's truly incredible, truly special. And I can't wait to see the entire process and share it with you right now. Merci.
So guys, you see how hospitable people are, especially around in the Senegambia region. They will invite you into their homes. So especially those ladies I showed, if they were not so uptight, like, man, if you go to this part of the world, the people, they welcome you into their home. All you have to do is say, hey, I want to come for lunch. They would make it special for you. And also, I want you guys to see what type, how women of the homes in those places, what their work is like, how they take care of the home. You will see here right now. Because here in the States, most of these women, especially the black women, they don't know how to cook. They're going to tell you, you go make your own sandwich or bring in you burger from Jack in the Box. You see a black woman shoot up a place because of they gave her cold fries. Imagine that. Do you think she knows how to cook? If she knew how to cook, she will not be that pissed off. But see how the women operate here.
The chef. She's the chef. I think she's the chef. Oh, this is a sea bream, right? Sea bream, okay. Those are the sea breams. There's also some of the sardines. Giant sardines. In Senegal specifically, especially in St. Louis, it will always include fish because we're right along the Atlantic on the Senegal River. Fish is very common. And then all the vegetables are here. A bunch of different ingredients, the peppers, the onions, the carrots, the green vegetables. You smell some dried seafood as well. All of these vegetables will go into it?
Yeah.
Wow, nice. What are the green leaves?
This is hibiscus.
Oh, hibiscus leaves. Okay, hibiscus leaves. Great.
This is hibiscus. Hibiscus leaf.
Radish, garlic, okay. And then these are the real, like the Scotch bonnet.
Yes.
Scotch bonnet that are gonna go into the jollof rice. Surname Mamjara. Mamjara. Oh, Mamjara is just relaxing to the max. This is how Papi and I will be after the jollof rice. With the dried fish in the center. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, the bundles are going in. Wow. Again, I think you've heard me say this every day. And then another component of the jollof rice is this. Sugar goes into the tamarind sauce as well. It's all ready now. Time to start assembling it. Rice goes down, all of those boiled vegetables, fish go in the center, the vegetables surround, splattered with that onion sauce, and then the tamarind, almost like a little pasty sauce on the side for garnish. Oh man, what a dish. My hunger is at.
Guys, have you ever asked yourself, how come the black YouTubers are not going to these homes, getting invited and bringing these footages for us? But drama. You know, they would be invited into homes to enjoy these beautiful meals for free. Since they complain about money, these people would invite you for free. It's true.
At an all-time high right now. That was amazing. This is the real deal jollof rice. It doesn't get better than this in the place where it originates, where it was invented. Oh, this is a special.
Did you guys hear that? It doesn't get any better than this. This is the real jollof rice, and this is where it was invented.
Special day. Oh, thank you.
And the person the idiot that was saying, oh, you guys don't have spoon, you eat with your hand. You see, before you eat, the ritual you go through, you got to wash your hands. It's not like you just finish, scratching your booty and then, dip your hand in the food. That's not how it goes. You got to wash your hand really good. Several steps.
Thank you, Puppy. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Their hospitality, their kindness for inviting us over to their home for this special meal is unparalleled. Truly, literally 4 hours of work has gone into this jollof. So going for that rice first. Oh, kind of mix it with that. And the technique is to smash it in your palm a little bit until you've got a ball. That's the technique, and that way you can slide it into your mouth without touching your tongue to your fingers, since you're eating communally. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, wow. Oh, that is unbelievable. That's why it's the king of Senegalese food, king of West African food. Oh, the tartness of the tomato in there, the onions, the layer upon layer of flavor. That flavor is unbelievable. And I love that squeeze technique. You could just see the juices coming out of it, making a nice little ball. Look at the hands. You could just see the red.
Guys, you see, this is what community looks like. Not just to say it. This is what communal living looks like. People eat together with hands, love. When you're eating your hot Cheetos, are you eating it with fork? And you dip your hand in it without even washing it, I bet.
Oil juices. Is there any order in which you eat the dishes, or do you just start moving in? Okay, so you then start moving into the vegetable. Oh, the fish. He's already given me a piece of fish here. This is the bream, and again, mix it with that rice. Grab a handful, squeeze it. Poppy with the pro move.
Delicious.
Delicious. I have to follow that move, so I got the fish. I got the carrot. I'm going to go for a little bit of this. Pepe?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of this.
So, guys in the chat, do you think most blacks from America would be able to live in a real community like this, community setting where people are cohesive without being suspicious of bad intentions?
No, this special. I have the liquid.
Oh, okay.
Just eat the whole.
Here's the bitter eggplant. Oh, man. Oh, that is kind of bitter and kind of starchy. Wow. Almost potato-y. It hits on all the taste buds. That was spectacular. Oh, wow.
Et l'original, c'est Saint-Louis.
Saint-Louis. Original.
Original, c'est Saint-Louis.
Yes. That.
Et cuisiné par les Saint-Louisiennes.
Yeah.
Cooked by Senegalese.
Oh, it has to be cooked here in St. Louis.
By Senegalese.
St. Lucians.
Exactement.
The best. It's the best I ever had.
I'm gonna say meilleur du mustard.
Ah, merci beaucoup. Ça fait plaisir.
It's a pleasure.
En tout cas, ici à Saint-Louis, on parle de la teranga sénégalaise.
Here in Saint Louis, we talk about the hospitality, Senegalese hospitality.
C'est d'origine d'ici.
And hospitality is originated from here.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for your hospitality today.
Merci.
Merci pour votre
Merci
hospitality
beaucoup.
aujourd'hui.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.
So this is her house. She hosted us here today for this Chebujan experience. Oh man, that flavor is just lingering on my tongue. From here, we're heading back to the island of St. Louis, and we are going to take a tour this afternoon on a horse cart, a carriage, around the entire historic center of the city.
So, guys, see, this is normal. Like you would see this is called the bifiles. I miss this. You would be on the streets, you see people, in this big van, doing the announcement of the big bifile event that is coming. It's amazing. So in Africa, in Senegal, Gambia, people are very tolerant. It's not like here where everything is uptight.
Bienvenue à Saint-Louis du Sénégal. Que du bonheur, que du bonheur, que du bonheur, de très bonheur. French arrived here in Saint-Louis at 1659. 1659.
1659, okay.
And they name it Saint-Louis. But the African name of Saint-Louis in Wolof is Ndar.
Ndar.
So St. Louis, African Wolof name is Ndar. The French came there in 1659.
Ndar.
Ndar. All right.
So it's classified UNESCO site since 2000. Houses you see here, they have 300 years. So that's why Saint-Louis became a UNESCO site.
Okay.
See that? Some of those houses are 300 years old.
So we're off to explore the old heritage streets of Ndar. Yes. And this is the best way to get around is by horse carriage.
During the colonial time.
So this was the harbor.
This was the harbor for French West Africa.
Okay.
And have the view of the river and the bridge.
Okay. I'm on top here of the first crane that was used to load ships. What's unique about this is that it was steam or it was coal powered and a great view.
So you see, when you go on the coast there, so some of these people that always say, oh man, where's the slave ships? Has there ever been, all that? Did this ever happen? Well, in Africa, on the coast, there's proofs. You can see this, this harbor and all that. And it wasn't only about slavery. Some are going to want to make it about that, but it wasn't only about that. It was a total settlement.
Here of the bridge going across to the island. That side is Mauritania. Yes, the dance. Hello. Wow. Oh, we're getting to the fishermen district here. About to take the bridge off of the island to the peninsula that is facing the Atlantic Ocean. The massive fishing boats. Fishing is one of the main industries here. And so a lot of people rely on fishing for their livelihood. And the boats, the wooden vessels are so beautiful. Such incredible craftsmanship, and they're so well.
So I know some want to see the big ships, but these boats are huge too. These guys, this is what they use for fishing here. So people ask, oh, those the Africans have their own boats for fishing? Yes, they do. And these are wooden boats. Believe it or not, they enter with this into the Atlantic and catch a lot of fish, like every day.
Decorated and painted. I love the vibrant colors. Hello. No.
Are you walking?
No. Oh, you can feel the air. This is predominantly a fishing entire community. So I think pretty much everyone here is involved in the fishing industry. That's what all the boats are for. These incredible boats. And has a bit more of a lively action feel to it here. Passing through the market section, it's so lively, so colorful, so much action. Oh, it's amazing. The sights, the sounds, the aromas, the vibrancy. They cooked a lot of food, wow. We're just jumping off the carriage to go take a look at the Atlantic Ocean straight through here. Wow, there's a lot of livestock, a lot of goats and lambs. Wow, goats and lambs, chickens. What an entrance to the ocean. Oh man, and you can feel that breeze coming off of the sea. This place is incredible. Wow. Oh, we're right in the middle of a football match. People are hanging out on boats. What an environment. Oh.
Guys, you see how amazing this is? Sorry, guys, I forgot. I muted myself. But on the beach, you see how people meet there. Some are fishing, some chilling, and some are having football matches. Africans are just happy like that. They don't need somebody to tell them how to be happy. They just have it from within.
Oh, that breeze. football match is pretty intense, amazing energy, but we're gonna walk around it to get to the sea. Yeah. What's the name of their football team?
Kerubi.
Kerubi
means the beach.
Oh, okay.
So you see here, the teenagers, the kids, they are still kids and they're still teenagers. You don't have to worry about them shooting up the block, you know, because here they are ruining kids like that, corrupting their minds. But here, these kids are still kids.
The Atlantic. So many people. People are so friendly too. What a football match.
Look, if you've never experienced this living like this, you are missing out. You haven't lived until you really live like this. Man, hiding in the house, playing video games all day, that's not living. You got to go out there and play. Go on the beach and play with other kids. You know, that's what makes you smarter.
Oh, that's amazing. Football. Bye-bye. That is homemade foosball.
Guys, you see how smart those kids are? They made their own homemade foosball. You see? And yes, you haven't seen anyone cry about white supremacy yet because there isn't any.
Tub. So good. So good. Oh man, so resourceful. And so we are at the end of the island Ndare, and this brings us to the end of this incredible day. Wow, that wind, it's so breezy, it's so cool here.
All right, guys, you've seen that. So beautiful, isn't it? You saw the history of jollof rice. Now we all know where jollof rice is from. No doubt about that. So I have Jude here, I have Kidola. I hope Kidola would bring this news to the Nigerian population so they know where jollof rice came from. But Jude is here also to try to defend, you know, Cameroon having good food or whatnot. So we'll allow the panel to go on. Jude and Kidola, welcome to the Afridamus Report panel.
Oh yes, Afridamus. How are you, man?
I am well. I'm well. So, Jude, did you get a chance to see these videos?
Oh yeah, man.
Wasn't that beautiful?
Man, that's Africa for you, man. You know, we have all these beautiful places, you know, beautiful food, and yeah, a lot of good things about Africa. We just have to expose ourselves more and talk about our own, you know, our own things to the world and showcase our, you know, what we have.
So jollof rice coming from, you know, now knowing the origin of jollof rice, I see Zongo still insisting jollof is from Ghana, but Zongo hit the link. Do you feel sad for the Nigerians and Ghanaians fighting over something that's not from them? And also, before you get to that, the first interview with the cultural exchange in Gambia, you notice the Black Americans, you know, their idea, they are scared. It's like they don't want to integrate. Have you sensed that too? Do you think they would be able to integrate with the people, or they are too suspicious?
But this is a thing, right? This is a thing. When they come to Africa, the way they see Africans eating with their hands, and they're like, "Oh, why are you guys eating with your hands?" But I was talking to one of my friends. Yeah, asking, when you go to McDonald's and you get this burger, how do you eat it? Do you eat it with a spoon or a fork, or how do you eat it? You eat it with your hands, right? And he said, "Yeah, but you know." So they have, I mean, it's just, you know, when it comes to Africa, man, people want to give their opinion. They want to talk a lot of things on it. But, you know, especially in Africa, what they are doing is they are so conserved. You know, the ideology of, oh, we're coming back home. But when they actually get back home, are they actually friendly? not really. Not most of them are not friendly. Most of them want to keep to themselves. Most of them want to align only with people that have similar objective, or those who are
but they are missing out. It's like you're right there in the middle of all this rich culture, but it's like, I don't know, it's like the fear is holding them from
affid-
experiencing all this beautiful
affidavits. They
culture.
don't know the language. They don't know the language. They really don't know the people that much. All what they have in mind is just being black. They think being black is an acceptance criteria into another black person life. They really don't know a lot of things about these people. So that's why it's really very important for you to travel. You have to learn the language, learn about the people. So when you go ahead, integration will be faster to come by. But when you go and you just move to a place you don't know, you will be dumbfounded. You will find yourself just being a laughing stock. And
Right,
that is
right.
the problem they are facing. So they have all these difficulties. They cannot integrate. So and this is the thing. When they go, there was an African American that moved to Africa, right? He was having the same problem, but he ended up meeting a white American in Africa, and guess what? They became close friends. The same white people that you were running away to go to Africa, now
Yeah.
you met a white person in Africa, you became close friends. Why? Because they all have they speak the same language. They are coming from a background in America, and that's the same thing. When these people go there, they looking for people that have traveled. If Africans that have moved overseas, they kind of be friends with this kind of people. The ones that are, or the African Americans that are coming back, because they believe that the knowledge flow is easy. But when it comes to food, man, even us in Cameroon, I never knew that even jollof was Senegalese or
From
Gambian kind of.
Senegal. Yeah.
Yeah,
You never knew this?
no, we never. We just knew, we call it jollof. Jollof. Our own, the way we even call it is JELLOF,
Yeah,
jollof. So
because the thing is, you guys got the bootleg version, because you see, again, it was a Nigerian that went to Senegal. He was in Gambia. Actually, he stole the recipe from Gambia. A
yeah, but
Ghanaian
I don't,
stole
I
it
don't,
from.
I don't.
So when the Ghanaian also stole it from the Nigerian, by the time he reached Cameroon, you guys don't even know the name anymore. You guys started calling it Jollof. You don't even
Jollof,
know the. Yeah, you.
but
But
this is.
you see where Jollof rice itself came from. I took you
But
all the way. What do you think about St. Louis? The history alone.
St. Louis is a beautiful city along the coast, right? It's next
It's
door
an
to
island,
Mauritania. It's an
right?
island. It's not really, yeah, it's not really an island because you could still go by road, but it's easy,
They
because
have
it
a
stretches
bridge.
into.
They have a
Yeah,
bridge. That's a bridge.
yeah.
It's
Right, right. I mean, they have a bridge. I mean, it stretches into the Atlantic Ocean, but it's a beautiful city in Senegal. So, but this is the thing, the origin of it. In Cameroon, we didn't know. We just say jollof, jollof, jollof. So it was few years that I started seeing, oh, it's from Senegal. Oh, Wolof. Oh, it's linked to this. So I was like, oh, okay. But this is the thing, right? The history you give about that jollof in Cameroon, we really don't, because we believe that rice even wasn't a product of Cameroon. It was brought to us by the Europeans and stuff. That's why in my local dialect we don't have a name for rice. We just we give it it's an English
so
name or something.
so
You know,
so so Jude. I'm guessing today, eventually we will get to, what food you in Cameroon have that can rival the
right.
jollof rice. Yeah, I see in the back you sent me something, but
I've sent you a message at the back chat, and this is
I
the guy.
see it. I see
Yeah,
it.
okay. And let me just give you a clue. That guy is the guy that crossed the Cameroon border. You show him before that he faced a problem of bribery. He's gonna talk about Cameroon food. You're gonna watch that video, and he's gonna tell you who has the best food in Africa.
And he's Cameroonian.
No, he's not Cameroonian. He is that white guy that they asked him to give bribe when he left Nigeria. He took
Okay,
the boat.
okay, okay.
Right.
Oh, I
You
got you.
show that right. He's that guy. He's
Uh,
been to different countries. He left Nigeria. He ate a lot of Nigerian food. But when he got to Cameroon, despite the bribery that they forced him to pay, he still went ahead and eat a lot of Cameroonian food, and he gave his opinion. And you're gonna enjoy it.
Okay, we'll bring in Kidola. We'll bring in Kidola.
He did eat Cameroonian traditional food. He went to
Yeah,
eat back.
he ate Cameroonian tradition. He left Nigeria. His girlfriend
No,
is even Nigerian.
the guy went to eat baguette and some kind of French.
No. You don't even know
You know
the
what?
guy.
Here,
You just
okay.
want to show
Let
the
me show
video.
it. Let me show it.
Okay.
Let me show it.
Okay.
Let
There
me
you go.
show because Judah.
My name's Chris, and I'm on a mission to eat my way
Oh
through
hell
every
no!
country in the
Oh
world.
wait.
Cameroon was 153.
He hasn't been
Cameroonian
to
food is the
Senegal.
best food in Africa, no question. My name's Chris, and I'm on a mission to eat my way through every country in the world. Cameroon was 153. This first one is dole, and it's Cameroon's national dish. It's made with bitter leaf, peanut, and shrimp, and served with fried plantain. Next, we have achu, or yellow soup. The base is made from cocoa yam, and then you add the soup, which gets its color from palm oil. They often include
I'm not gonna
ground
lie,
rice,
that looks
yes,
good.
the rock, in this soup, and the meat is cow skin, known as ponmo. This is fermented cassava wrapped in banana leaf, known by many names like kwanga. It's a common starch to be eaten with other foods. Cameroon is known for its spice. This is Cameroonian pepper. Be careful with this stuff. This is Fullani, a delicious bitter leaf stew served with bobolo, another type of fermented cassava. This is fufu and eru, Cameroon's second most popular dish. It's a stew with water leaf and palm oil that tastes amazing. A common Cameroonian breakfast is beans and puff puff. I thought it was
All right,
strange,
I
but it
like
tastes
puff puff.
really good. Suya is a very popular street food. These delicious grilled meats come from the Hausa people that live in the northern part of the country.
From the
Of course, you will
Hausa.
always see fresh fish. You can easily get it along the coastal region. There are more than 240 different tribes in Cameroon, which give the country an incredible culinary diversity. Cameroon was my 40th country in Africa, and I have to say, it is probably the best food on the continent. The diversity and taste of this country is top-notch.
All right. Okay, Judah.
There you
Judah.
go.
I mean, I gotta give it to you. That food does look good. You know, there's several foods I recognize there. The puff puff. Oh, I
Okay.
love the puff puff. You know, especially have you tried where they open it and put like that
Pepper.
sauce, the
Sauce.
pepper,
Yeah,
the
pepper. Yeah.
yeah, with the,
Onions.
yeah.
Yeah, man. We eat like
So,
I
but
mean,
but but fufu is from Ghana though. You guys stole that from Ghana.
No. This is the thing. Every country has their own. Okay, hold on. Every country has their own what they call. Every country has their own name of what they call fufu. Fufu might be a name from Ghana, but in Cameroon, everything that we swallow, we call it fufu, and we have the various variety of swallow, like gari, cocoyam fufu, cassava fufu. All these things, it's a whole lot. So
So the suya came from the houses in Nigeria.
no, we also have Hausas in Cameroon. This is the problem. Why is it only we also have Hausas in Cameroon. Even Fullani, we have them in Cameroon. That's why he say it came from the north of Cameroon, because the Hausa people are also part of Cameroon as well.
Okay, let's bring in Kidola. Kidola had
Where Judah went to?
he's
You are very good.
Boost Mobile activated. He'll be back.
Judah, you're very good. He posted a white man who was speaking something that was never about your food. That video was totally was washed. Judah, the food you're showing, we want to see it. I want to hear the black voice of somebody saying it.
You know what I mean? Like in Senegal, how we saw the woman cooking it from scratch, right?
That's what I want to see.
You see, Kidola. That's why I noticed when you came, you did not try to oppose, to challenge the Senegalese, jollof rice, because I brought the evidence and you saw how they cook it. Kidola is like, I'm not going to challenge them.
My brother, when they refuse to serve our president the jollof rice, he asked them to serve it Senegalese jollof. So if you watch a video, how Nigerians under attack, Buhari now resort to eating Senegalese jollof.
Senegalese jollof. Oh, they got mad.
The guy they refused to serve it. The Nigerian workers, the bad man. So, my brother, you see the originality of jollof rice. Actually, you can see the people that actually kudos to the Gambia Senegalese. You can see how that lady cook it.
Yeah,
my mouth was watering.
Did you see how good that looked? So, Kidola, speaking of that, you see how hospitable the people are. They invite you in. And the first interview I showed those women, they look like they are uptight, but they could have a good time. But go ahead.
Let me go for those first interview first.
Okay.
What you see, the Black Americans have a world view from the white. I cannot say real white view, but they have a wide view of no. They don't have curiosity. They always see things to attack. You understand? How to reduce.
If they don't know it, they belittle it or attack it. Like they are not curious.
Yeah, because they never really produce nothing, and the culture is not really there. That's what I said a long time ago in this show. I said when the strong culture and the strong culture relate. You see that Asian man, that man have a culture. He now relate with another type of culture that is very, very strong.
Right.
We're not talking about pancake and sugar straw and all those things here.
Or hamburgers.
Hamburger. This is a typical cultural food. If I were them, they live in Gambia. The first people, as me as an African coming from Nigeria, the first person I will have as a friend will be indigenous of that country, Gambia.
But you see, it's weird to them saying, "Oh, the taxi driver, they know you, they know your home." Like they are acting suspicious. That's normal over there to know the people, to know your neighbor. The taxi people know where you live. That's normal.
Afridamus, the Black Americans have to stop this kind of like Jerry Springer kind of show they are going to. It's a bad name to them. There you really see the whole type of ignorance. Then when you come to this YouTube street, what you see is Jerry Springer. That's what you also see now in YouTube. So that means
you're right, absolutely.
You cannot differentiate the Jerry Springer one and what you see in the YouTube street. You see, they don't have that curiosity. They see things like, oh, why are you eating like that? Because they look, people, if it's a white person that come in contact like that, you ever say a white person, oh yes, Mel? Do you ever hear that Asian man saying, oh yes, Mel? He was curious to know this folk culture, and he enjoyed. He saw the beauty. You see where those children were playing, creating things out of their head. That's where we grew up.
Yep, on the playing football on the beach, no shoes on. It's beautiful.
We have what called social communication. This communication you have with other children, this learn you how to be politics, how to make friends, friendship, how to share. You don't just carry gun and be shooting people. But the Black Americans don't have those things because one, some of them have children, but they don't know their daddies. These children don't even know their daddies, and this is a problem. That's why they're angry. They result of carry gun and shoot because they don't have that social skills of communication. They don't trust each other. You understand? They can kill each other of a little pain.
Do you think those women are just still paranoid from like the hyper American culture, and also because they are in the area where they're like, oh, like this bombsters, because that's the area where they live, like the bombster, and they are dressed like that, and you see,
these people come with I think they earn kind of a welfare money, and now they're not saying the white. If it's a white person, if you check YouTube video, you can see where white people are integrated towards the community, because that's what they will feel safe, right? That's what they will have cheaper things. That's what they will have real things what's going on. You understand? The white people create nearly everything, aeroplane, whatever they want. These our things in Africa. This is what they really love. This is nature.
Yeah, Kiddo, I know there were I knew some white people who they move there to Gambia. They live with other people. Like, for example, like some white person that knows me from here, like they knew the person from America, because they mingle with Africans, Gambians.
Yes.
They move there, like they're like, hey, can I move and go live with your people? They pack up, they go and live there. I used to say they live in the society, they give them their house, they live like anybody, like one of the sons in the compound.
Afridamus, let me just tell you the truth. You see, white people like the best things. They don't play with it. When they go on vacation, they go on vacation. You see, if you check one video in Cameroon, there was a white man that came to Cameroon. The white man married to a Cameroonian woman. The man refused to back to France. He brought all his money. He built a very beautiful house. He teaches his wife how to speak. I think the man is Dutch.
Yeah.
The white man teaches his wife how to speak Dutch language, right? To attract these white Dutch who are coming there as holiday to come and be eating in their restaurants. When they ask the man, when are you going back? The man says he will never go back. The guy, without no shirt, he sits on his porch without no shirt. He said, "This is where I will live and die. This is heaven." You understand? So have you ever seen a white person complain about, oh, they don't have minors, or they don't have Jack Daniels? No. But when these African Americans come to Africa, where those more at home, they start complaining. They start attacking the people. They think everybody is the way they say everybody has something else in their country. You understand me? They think Africa cities like that. You know, there's a lady who come on YouTube who said South African men are very ugly. Who said Ghana men?
Really?
Yeah.
Which lady is that?
If you check O'Shea's channel, you see the lady.
But it's like, I'm just curious. Because I'm like, there's so much to show. There's food, there's a lot of things. Like, because I look at that video, because I'm from Gambia, I can tell they are hanging around the tourist area. If they want to learn, they have to explore. They have to go far away.
They came to Africans, as you said. They don't want Africans who live there to be there. You understand me? That's just the truth. When they meet the real blacks, they're not blacks anymore. You understand me? They start behaving weird.
That's what I said to. It's like, you're black until you meet the real blacks.
Yeah. So when you meet
then you no longer want to be black.
So when they meet the real blacks, they're not bad. They're not blacks anymore. You see this. If I were them, you came to Africa to meet people. Why don't you make friends with indigenous?
Right.
You will never go hungry. You understand me? You will never go hungry.
That's what I'm saying. If they are smart, like we're literally giving them the tips here. Like, you make friends. Like, don't present yourself as rich, whatever. Just your family. You're right. They will never go hungry.
You'll never go hungry because you already have friends. You already built this foundation there. You understand me? They will teach you a lot of things. You might think, oh, because you came from the States, oh, this part dumb. They know a lot than you think.
Well, they don't know your environment, the States, but they know where they live at. They're in charge of that place.
Because in their mind, they are in prison. They are in plantation. When you come to people who are like freeborn, people who think very freely, your mind will open. I'm just saying it. Africans who marry to these black American women, just forget it. You're going to be in a very big shit because these people, they're after, neither they get you, or for you to get it, they will get you. You understand me? They're not really in love with you. Rather, they're always having a war.
But they are not even curious about learning how to cook jollof rice.
No, you see jollof. You see, I bet you, if I were that place, this woman would have been my mother. You understand me?
She cooked really well. Look at that food.
I would be playing around that cycle in that place. I will have all the things there. You know what I'm saying? You see the way that woman live. That woman live in a mansion.
Exactly. But you see, like the one person say, "Oh, the Africans, you can't even get spoon."
Because that's the way the white man teaches it. They don't know how to eat as a community. They don't know how to eat with your real hands. You see the way that white guy was eating with real hands. That's where Europeans would. That's why they suspect all Europeans that come to Africa are pedophiles. Because it's in their mind continuously.
Right.
You understand? Because they'll be abused by their uncles, by their nieces, and also sort of by their father. You understand me? Even by their auntie. So when you be abused, you see things in that abusive way. But Africans are not like that. You understand me? There's what called taboo. There are certain things you will do that will banish you. You know the consequence. That's why when Africans come to Europe and America, they have that self-discipline. I have a family to protect. I didn't come here to start playing or shooting anybody. You understand me? But they don't have that. So when they come to Africa, they become scared also. Even when they say they're coming to look for freedom. So let's go to the food now. That food.
Yeah.
I give it to Senegal.
Yeah.
I give it to Senegal. Why I give it to Senegal? Because Senegal is the originator of jollof. You can see the way they cook it. Not like it just goes straight.
Yeah,
That lady
and they put a lot of vegetables too.
who said the people that are thirsty, you see how to eat clean food, natural food, healthy food, not your pancake and sugar straw, waffles and chicken.
Oh,
This natural food
and grits.
and
You-
ice cream.
So Kidola, you know what Judah did? Judah recommended a video to me, for me for that to be the one for the best foodie in Nigeria.
Yeah, that was surprised. That's a don't praise Judah yet. Ask him to bring the real one. You understand me?
No, he has a Nigerian guy that's eating fufu. Hold on, let me bring him. Let me bring him for quick
You
second.
wait to bring something else. That's not praise. Don't praise that guy because he brought the wrong thing. We want to see the original thing.
Wait.
Anything where you see, it dey chop people. Any food where you see, it dey eat people. Whether na ship it up, it dey chop people.
You know this guy?
I don't know this guy, but this guy's making me hungry, man.
Judah recommended him to me. Judah, I just played your guy.
That guy. They say he owns a whole estate in Nigeria, man. Just eating. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. No, he said it's Mr. Ibu's son.
Afridamus, let's be honest. What Judah is eating, we eat it. Coconut, we eat coconut padayam also. You start.
Yeah, but Judah, you want to respond to what Kidola said? He said, we didn't see Cameroonian cooking the food like in Senegal. That's a white man. We don't know if he bought that from.
Kidola has a problem. Kidola has a problem, man. He knows that most of their food is coming from Cameroon. He doesn't wanna decide. He doesn't wanna accept most of their food comes from Cameroon. If Cameroon shut down their border, Nigeria we go food hunger. That's
No. We eat the same thing. Every food I saw in that place, we eat it also. You understand me? We eat it also. The only thing we don't eat is the French baguette.
But how can you say you did not see how they were preparing the food? If you want to see how Cameroon prepare, go online and just type those names. You're gonna see how they cook it.
Do that. We
Everything
saw
is online.
Senegalese women preparing jollof rice.
That's right.
That one. We have Cameroon have beautiful cooking stuff there. Don't go and bring us this one that's imposter. We don't know what it is really. You understand me? We want to see the real food. You understand me? I've seen Cameroonian food the way they cook it. Yes, it's very powerful. You can connect to like the Igbo eating. I've eaten Cameroon pepper. If you touch Cameroon pepper, don't forget it. You burn. You understand me? That pepper is hot. It came all the way from Cameroon to Nigeria. They have the liquid one. What I want to see is the woman cooking it like jollof rice. Judy, let me tell you, if I were like really Black America, I live in this Gambia and everything, I will have Gambia person, my friend. You understand me?
The thing about Gambian jollof rice is they put okra in their jollof. We don't put okra in our jollof rice, man.
Not always. Well, you don't have to see. The okra is put to the side. So if you like okra, you can eat it mix it in there with your jollof. But it's not always. They don't put it like, just add it onto it. It's to the side. So the people that like it, yeah, it's just an extra. It's a side. If you like it, you eat it. If you don't, you don't.
Let me give you something, Judah. I have a Gambia friend right here. The first time we met on kind of like in the kind of where we eat. You understand? It's like something you go and eat in some of this like not so fancy one, but this will cook good food. You understand me? That's what we met. After eating, the guy asked me, man, just relax, man. Let's stay here for about 2 hours. Let this food digest. That guy buy extra food to eat. That's where Africa operates. You understand me? That's where we operate. We operate with love. You understand me? If I live in Gambia as a Black American, I bet you all my friends will be Gambian. You understand? I will go and sit in their porch. I will sit under the tree and their mango because these people eat healthy things.
Oh man,
Why
the mango, we got the best mangoes. We got what they call
why you scared?
jur, tanduk. Oh my God.
Judah, when I was in uni, I deal with indigents because if my money in my pocket is gone, I can't afford to eat anymore inside that uni. These indigents, this is where I will be going to eat. You understand? You make friends to know people, but not to sit around and say, "Oh, this driver, they know me." Yeah, they have to know you. One day you have problem, they will come and rescue you. You understand me? Africans have to know people. You understand me? But their bashing of Africans is very, very strange. You understand me? I don't understand. They don't have real culture compared to the Caribbeans. You know, the Caribbeans will come in and sit like this, and eat like this, like that man. But it seems that the Black Americans have a problem. The problem is they are ready to diss you for you.
I think they are too white.
Yeah, something they think they are black.
There you go. Yep.
They are too.
That's why
they are
I'm
like
telling you, they have the black skin color, but they have a European mindset, white mindset.
No, but you can't say European because the Europeans fit right in Africa. They seem. But let's bring in Mal also. Mal, welcome to the Afridamus report.
Mal, I want to congratulate you. I watched a panel where you were praying to the people, man. Please don't pray here. I'm not Muslim.
Judah, why are you picking on Mal? Mal, are you there?
Yes.
Mal, what do you wanna add on? Okay, go ahead. I guess he had something going.
Mal is using that funny Mali. He's a man, but you have a woman picture on this something. Why?
So Judah, do you think Kidola and Judah, do you guys think that because they're asking about the sex tourism, do you think they are pretending not to be passport grannies? They just
Oh
want
man,
to
come
fall in
on,
love?
man. Me and you know, man. Most African Americans, even on their panels, the first thing they travel is for sex. Me and you know that. Before even talking about connecting to Pan-Africanism and stuff, their main idea is all about, most of them are sex symbol, man. I'm telling you for a fact. That cannot change. They have that behind their mindset. Like I said, I was watching a guy on the panel who, went to Africa and was doing videos. Posting it, going live and showing people to come because they have this kind of women in Africa, and it just makes no sense. And that's their lifestyle. They cannot be shy about it. So, and they are forcefully want Africa to get into that kind of lifestyle, and that's something that I don't like, man. And that's why you see Ghana in few years to come will change because the way things are, the conservative lifestyle of Africa is now, a lot of things are, they believe that the American lifestyle is the best, which is not. And I rest my case.
All right, let's bring Mal in again. Mal.
Yeah.
Are you good now?
Yeah, I'm good now.
All right, Mal. Mal, what do you want to add on to, you see, I brought it, Jollof Rice is from Senegal. So Ghana, Nigeria, take the back seat. And also, the culture, did you see those ladies give their take on their experiences in Gambia? How they are talking about the taxi drivers knowing them. Mal, in Gambia, this is normal.
Yeah.
It's normal. People would know you. They would want to know where you live, your name.
Yep.
It's nothing weird about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, sometimes, it's just because of this the cultural difference you are talking about. I think that is the problem because, in the United States, people don't want to know where you live because they will fear that maybe you'll come and kill them. But in Gambia, it's normal because if I know Afridamus' home, I'll be proud. If they tell Afridamus, oh, I know his house, this is his place. So the taxi drivers are even happy of knowing them. And also, they are easily spotted out in Gambia. If you are an African American, if you come there, anybody who meet you in the street will recognize you straight away. You are not a Gambian or you are kind of from somewhere else. Even Nigerians, people spot them very quickly, or Ghanaians, in Gambia. So that is nothing bad. I don't know why they feel that is bad, but to Gambians, that is normal. Taxi drivers want to get money from you. They want to tell you that, oh, I know you, I know your house, so that they can pick you and take you directly to your home. So that's
Mal,
yeah.
Mal, can you explain to because the panel they think they're like, is Mal identifying as a she, or that's these days you gotta clear if they
Yeah.
are asking, are you identifying as a she, or is that your wife or sister?
No, that's my wife, but Jude, you saw me. Why will you try to identify me as a she? I saw you
No,
my
not
video.
not Judah. Is the
No, it's not me, man. How can I
the
identify
chat?
you as a
Is the
she,
chat?
bro?
It's
Come
the
on,
chat.
man. You my guy. I know you, man.
Oh, yeah,
Guys,
all
please
right.
hit the like. Hit the like.
Yeah,
Zombie,
yeah. So yeah,
Zombie,
this is my wife.
come and protect your jollof rice here because Senegalese have taken over.
Oh no, Senegalese and Gambians they because there is no tribe in Senegal that is not in Gambia. There is no tribe in Gambia that is not in Senegal. So basically, Senegal and Gambia is inside Senegal. So I don't know how can you differentiate between these two people. That is the problem. We don't have that problem at all because we don't even have like borders that you can say, okay, this is the border. We are right inside they call us like they say Senegal is a head and Gambia is a tongue inside Senegal. So that is it. So that's why when we were playing, they said they will chew us.
That's why our former president, Yahya Jammeh used to always say. He said, "Oh, you guys say you can swallow us." He said,
Yes.
a cloth is huge." He said, "But a needle can
Yes.
stick any part of the cloth, right?"
Yes, exactly. So that is it. So the jollof rice, if you go to Gambia, you will eat a very authentic jollof rice. If you go to Senegal, vice versa, it's like that. If you want to eat the best jollof rice, guess you go to the border area around Amdalai, where everybody meet.
No, St. Louis, St.
Yeah,
Louis.
yeah, Saint Louis, or even Amdalai, like the border between Gambia and Senegal, where people group people are there. Ladies will be cooking in their small corners. You can go and taste really good food. So, but I think the jollof rice, the way Nigerians and Ghanaian cook it, they copy the jollof rice in the Senegambia, but it's kind of little bit different because the way they do it, is kind of different because I think they chop
I've
all
seen the
the
Nigerians.
vegetables. Yeah.
They even put hot dogs in it.
Yes, exactly. They put a lot of things that are not, originally authentic.
I've seen the Nigerians. They chop up hot dogs and put it.
Those are the way they cook in US.
Yeah, maybe that's the Nigerians that became black.
In Nigeria, they do it with goat meat or cow meat and fish also. You understand? We understand.
Right,
We see where it came
Yeah,
from.
and also Afridamus, regarding those ladies, like what they are talking about, like when they're walking in the street. I don't know why I always tell these African American women, if you go to Gambia, don't go to the tourist destination areas. Like the craft market. They were in the craft market. Those are tourist destination. If you go there, they will charge you double the price of whatever you want to purchase. You understand? They don't care. You don't see that lady telling him that welcome, welcome.
Right, or dancing and so because
Yes.
I'm surprised they've been there for like
1 year.
say 1 year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I could understand if it's just a couple of months, but after 1 year, they should have known how the market really works. Like
Exactly.
they should know, like, okay, where to shop, where not to shop, like because it's like at some point you don't want to be, if you're there that long, you don't want to be seen as a tourist.
No.
So they are being treated as tourists because they are treating themselves as tourists.
No, because they are in the industrial area. If you go to like Bakau industrial area, you go to like Senegambian area, there are houses specially people build them for tourists, like people who
Right,
come.
I think they are in that area.
Yeah, so if you are in those areas, everything will be double, and also you will frequently come in contact with the bombers because they identify you whenever you stand there. Oh, this is not a Gambian. Let me try my chance to talk
That's
to
why
them.
they call them.
money from
That's
them.
why they call them Empress,
Yes,
Queen.
Queen.
Yeah.
You see, who will call you Queen and Empress? In Gambia, like Gambian ladies. Like I don't even call my wife, Empress or Queen. No, I just call her.
Man, these bombsters, they have to write a book. Man, these guys are good. Some,
Yeah.
they come. I don't know who's teaching. If like some hotep that flew over there and gave them all the terms. They know all the hotep terms too.
Yeah, no, even these people, they can, you'll be surprised that you go to a bombster where the bombsters are, they will speak Spanish to you or Dutch to you. You'll be surprised how they even know that language. They train how to speak all those languages so that they can communicate with these white people who are coming from different other countries. So you'll be surprised they've never leave Gambia, but they are able to speak all these languages. So also regarding this eating with your hand, in Senegambia, that is, I think every home you go to, they will eat with hand. That is not a surprise or something that is like, I don't know, confusion. I just realized that when I moved out of Gambia, one time I went to Ghana, I see people eating in different plates. Everybody is served in plates. So I was kind of surprised because that was my first experience to see people eating at with different plates, because I used to get the bolibar, you know. Your bolibar, exactly. So you see, so yeah.
Man, let's be honest, we eat with
Mal,
hands.
what do you have to say about the white guy that went to Gambia and Cameroon and Nigeria and say Cameroon has the best food on the continent?
Hold on, Judah. Let me. Hold on. Before you answer, hold on. Let me make the East Africans welcome. Bantu Queen said the panel is full of West Africans. The rest of us are feeling oppressed. East African, South African lives matter. East Africans, call in, and South Africans, call in. The link is in the chat.
Yeah.
And guys, we have Zongo in the house. He's gonna try to defend Ghana, you know, and he's gonna teach Judah about how fufu came from Ghana.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Mal. Before
Man, I wouldn't eat Ghanaian fufu, man. If we don't eat plantain fufu in my country, man, I wouldn't eat that kind of fufu and cassava. Hell no.
Okay, Jude. So the thing is, you know, like what you are talking about, the food and in your country. Most of this food you guys are showing are like, you know, Western product food, like puff, you know, is from flour and all of that, you know. So, but like for us, like the rice.
Mal, the puff, right?
Yes.
They have different kinds, because like in even in Gambia, but you know, like mostly like in Sierra Leone,
yes,
they don't use just the regular flour. Like in Sierra Leone, they use banana.
Yeah,
like they beat it with the banana.
Banana, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sometimes they even put cassava. They even use cassava flour.
They use, and they make the puff. It's like akara. You know the akara.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. I know akara.
Mom, you are just out of your mind, man. You want to disagree with everything Cameroonian. What the heck are you on, man?
I don't want to disagree. I'm just saying,
wait,
like,
Jude,
the food that we have in Gambia, rice is not like from the Europeans. Since
rice is European food as well. That's what people can say.
Before the Europeans came to Gambia.
Judah, bring the real video of Cameroonian woman cooking this food. You know, for us at Ghana, we defeat Ghana in Jollof Rice. That is hands down.
Zongo, you gotta take that. But before we go there, hold on. I cannot believe this. Breezy Diallo say the Fuller makes the best cassava leaf. No, Breezy, I would have to disagree. The Fullers don't know how to cook. Breezy, no. The Fullers are not good cooks.
Even in my country, Fullani people do not know how to cook, man. I don't even eat Fullani food.
Yeah, if you talk about milk and
that's
couscous.
true, milk.
The futti. Fulani cook futti. You know futti food? They call it futti. So futti is like a mix of a rice, you know, because, you know, my mom's side is Fulani. So it's rice, you know, they put a lot of seed in it, you know. It's not...
I said, Afridamus, when did you turn into a cooking show? Mike, call in.
or milk.
Yeah, no, the Fulanis are not.
Milk with cherry. I don't know how to say cherry in.
You know, Mal, can you help Breezy? Yeah, Breezy thinks Breezy said, Afridamus, you lost your mind. He's swearing that they cook the best cassava leaf. The Fullers are not known for cooking.
No, cassava leaf is like how do we call it? Plazas, right? Yeah,
plazas. From Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone, hands down.
Cassava leaf, potato leaf. And it's not the fullest cooking it. The
No,
fullest, if you
no.
talk about la cherry
Cherry.
with milk.
Fruity,
Now,
fruity.
yeah, that's not.
Afridamus, I'll give it to Judah. If you really eat Cameroonian, not these 5-star ones Judah want to bring. You understand me? Because I've seen Cameroonian soup.
Wait, they're eating tap ramen, the Cameroonians?
No, they eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of leaves in soup with this, I'll give it to Judah that yes, Cameroon have a powerful soup like they eat like the Igbos. We're very close there. But bringing this 5-star one, I don't understand. Because you would have come and challenge Afridamus for this Gambia jollof rice, which this lady was just bringing, and the woman came my mind. My mouth was even wet. I said, if I were like young, then I'm in that area. I'll be sitting around those areas.
Exactly. See, Kidola, you know how it goes. If they cook really well, you hang around there.
I will hang around there.
Kidola, can you compare Ghanaian food to Cameroon food, Kidola?
Wait, allow Zongo.
No. Cameroonian food defeat Ghana food.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Zongo, come in here. Zongo, are you sad to know that you guys no longer have a foot to stand on this jollof turf?
Well, I think your guys, your panelists are just making up words from their own mouth and just thinking that their countries have the best food. I don't actually believe that, But what I mean regarding, I didn't.
So did you guys export fufu to Cameroon?
It is obvious that even Nigeria is using fufu term. The Cameroonians are using this fufu term. So obviously they learned that from the Ghanaians.
Judah, is that true?
Oh man, that's a lie, man. What is your fufu? I want to ask you, what's your fufu made of? Cassava and plantain.
I mean, some is made with cassava and plantain, and others do make yam fufu as well. Yeah.
Oh no, you guys stole yam fufu from Nigeria. It's only Nigeria that make yam fufu.
What makes you believe that they stole it from Nigeria?
Right. So what makes you believe that fufu is from Ghana? The word fufu, because every country in Africa has fufu.
The term originates from Ghana, right? See, when I heard about jollof rice, I mean, I didn't watch. So
wait. So Zongo, when you heard about jollof rice, is not from Ghana originally.
I mean,
and not Nigeria. So are you finally gonna lay this to rest? Or as long as Nigerians don't continue to claim it, then you are fine. So you're fine with it, but as long as Nigerians don't try to continue to claim it.
Well, I wouldn't lie to you. Like I found it very hard to swallow the hard truth. It really came from Nigeria. I grew up eating jollof rice. I knew jollof rice came from my neighborhood, but then for me to realize it came from Senegal and Gambia, I mean the evidence. I mean it was quite evident, right? So I don't want to argue about that. Hey, I just wanted to hand over the flowers to Senegalese and Gambians for with incredible cuisine that serve a lot of groups in West Africa. So
that's right. The best food in West and Central Africa.
Come on. The white guy that went to Gambia and all these countries, even Nigeria, even the girlfriend is Nigeria, came to Cameroon and said Cameroon has the best food, despite the fact that they took bribe from him at the border. When
I'm with Kidola. We did not see. Like in Senegal, the woman making the food.
Hold on first. So it's Jude who claims to be a reasonable person using a single person as a yardstick in determining that Cameroonians have the best in the whole of West Africa.
Come on, bro. You guys were using your jollof rice as a yardstick to determine the best jollof in Africa.
You are using one data as a determining factor to make your decision. Does it make sense to you?
No, he's not the only person, man. There are a lot of videos online.
A white guy went to all West African countries and tasted different foods. And
didn't you see the video that Afridamus post? Didn't you see the white guy that was in St. Louis? That's the video that Senegalese are counting on. There are other videos though. But I tell you, man, if you come to Cameroon, you will abandon all your Ghanaian. You guys don't eat vegetables. That's what I find in Ghana. You guys don't eat leaves. You guys only have soup, some kind of water soup or light soup or something.
But hold on,
You
hold
don't,
on,
you guys
hold on,
don't
hold
even
on,
eat
hold
a
on,
good
hold on,
soup.
hold on. See, let me tell you something. So I think sometimes some of the problems we do face is that, most of us, we do get information from the media, and we tend to project what we see as something which is representative of the whole country. There are several foods over there. We have like the ayoyo soup, the
What
contemporary
is it made
soup.
of?
I mean, to be frank, which is made with leaves, but something similar to spinach. But I only know the name in the local Hausa language. It's called Aleph, or maybe yeah, Aleph. Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
what I
man.
know.
Those food are not. There are food in Cameroon that are not popular. Even us, we don't even eat food like people up north. Like like when I see even when I talk veg, I mean cabbage, leaves. Like I don't see you guys don't
No,
eat
but
that. All
when you say, I mean, when you use the term vegetable, you don't define what is
no, I'm
considered to be
not talking about.
vegetable,
I'm
right?
not talking about carrot or tomatoes. I'm talking about leaves. Like like greens. Like all
But
these
that's
green.
what that's what I meant when I said Aleppo. I mean, something closer to spinach, right? It's green. It's green. We have the ayoyo soup. We have the mian kuka. We have mian kubewa busheshe. I mean, it's in the local. I mean, I wouldn't say it's representative of the whole Ghanaian
Right.
country, but then the Zongo community where I come from, we are the ones selling Ghanaian culture to. I mean, the popular wache food was produced by Zongo people, right? And
And
I
that's
mean,
rice. That in my place we call that rice and beans because that's just rice and beans.
yeah,
You
you're
know.
absolutely right. You're absolutely. But actually, the term wache is an Hausa term, means wake, means beans, right? But the Akans, they don't know the meaning of that, so you just term that wache, but it actually means wake, means beans. So you're
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
right. Rice and beans is the right
Zongo,
pronunciation.
Zongo, what we see in most people eating Ghana food, we mostly say we eat granite soup also. We mostly granite soup without no really
Egusi.
leaves
We
inside.
make our soup thicker. All those,
Yeah,
yeah.
But see,
we don't see in
yeah,
this soups. It might be it tastes very nice because I've also eat granite soup. Granite soup you can be addicted to it. But what I've noticed about Ghana, they eat a lot of meat, a lot in their
And
fufu.
egg and boiled egg. They put it. Even they eat egg and fufu. That's
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
see, I mean, Kidola, you come from Nigeria. Nigeria is just not only maybe Igbo land or Yoruba. They have the Hausa people, right? Too as well. And most of the time, when you guys speak of Nigerian food, I'm sure you are not speaking about the Hausa culture too as well, right? The same thing applies to Ghana as well. I mean, there are other cultures that people don't
Yeah, yeah,
market.
yeah, yeah. The Hausa culture, they also came with the suya. You understand me?
We
The
have
Hausa
to,
came, the
so
Hausa
we
came the Hausa Fulani came with
Kelechi. They also
that
have
cuisine.
kelechi.
You know,
we don't
the,
call it. It's not suya, right? The correct pronunciation is soya. I mean, it's the
okay,
Hausa term.
they come with those things. But you see, there's a saying here. Every culture have a beautiful. I also have some beautiful food also in their side also. You understand me? They also export towards us also. You understand me? We also eat
Mm-hmm.
the same. The Hausa man will eat fufu and whatever they want to eat. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Africa, West Africa have a very beautiful food. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
That's
I,
the,
I
that's
think
the
we
home. That is the home of food. You understand
I
me?
think we are
But
just competing. But if I can be honest, to be honest with you, the community where I come from in Ghana is it's a mixture of many ethnic groups from the neighboring African countries that brought their food in Ghana, and they help in shipping the whole Ghanaian food in Ghana. You understand? So some of the food that I was eating in my local community, when I traveled, I met people from northern Nigeria. I realized our culture was similar than other people from the southern Nigeria, right? We eat the same food. What tuo zafi is something that is known in Ghana, might not be known to southern Nigerians, but it's very popular in northern Nigeria, right? Most Ghanaians eat that. Tuo me and Ayo that I mentioned to you, you probably don't know that, but then Ghanaians know that, and then the northern Nigerians also know that. So I think there's a transfer of, like, food exchange between both cultures and other cultures within West Africa. So I don't want
Another
to.
and another thing is most of the time the food might be similar, but the names that we use are different. You know, you might call a name and people
You
might
have
say, "Oh, it's different," but when you analyze what it is, and then maybe, "Oh, we cook the same food, but it's just a different name."
exactly.
You know?
Hold on. You know, like this foods are similar. Let me show you the dibi. The dibi is kind of like suya, right? Let me show you here. This is Senegalese, Gambian suya. See that?
I
With,
agree.
that with lots of onion.
It's the same thing. I agree. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's like
Afridamus is the same. It's the same.
It's the
Like
same.
yeah,
like
it's
the
the same. Yeah.
like the way they also brought it also. You understand? Even if a certain man is doing suya in Nigeria, nobody will ever go there. We always go to the north because that's the authentic one. You understand me? You see, because they're the experts in this
Yeah, experts.
suya
Yeah.
making. Yeah, because you can't take that away from them. You just
Yeah,
just
hey,
like
Al, don't be scared of Kidola and Judah. Hit that
Oh
link.
man, you know Sierra Leone does not have food, man. Don't bring Al on the panel, man. You know, they only apart from cassava leaf, they might not have
No,
any other food in
no,
Sierra Leone. So
Judah, I've lived there, so I'll have to disagree. I will have to disagree. And Chris, thank you for the super chat. He said, Zongo, you didn't mention gobi, beans and plantain.
Well, he actually meant it's called go back, right?
Gobe.
He's right. He's right. And then see the
Oh
video
yeah,
that
you know what? Hey, Zongo, he
Yes.
is right. I've had that. Beans with plantain.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
With the red oil, right? The red
Palm
oil.
we
oil.
also
Oh,
eat beans
it's
and
good.
we
Yeah, the
also
palm
eat
oil.
beans and
Yes,
plantain in my
it's good.
place. I mean,
Yeah, so
but
like
we just boil it and eat it with like beans soup. Bean soup. We don't pound it because I've seen some people they mash their plantains and beans. I mean, in Cameroon we also do that. We
but
also
hold
do
on,
mashed potatoes and
hold on.
beans. Go ahead.
Judah, you see the video that you shared, the plantain, the way they kind of slice it into pieces,
Right.
the ripe plantain. That is that's what he meant by the plantain. He meant the ripe one, the ripe one that you fried. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. And the gobe is like cooked beans, which is mixed with oil and some a sprinkle of
And
gari,
tomatoes.
mixed with trust
Oh
me,
no, we don't put garri in our stuff.
a sprinkle of
You
gari.
don't need that. You don't need Gary. You guys don't need Gary in
No, we eat garri as fufu or drinking garri, but not put it in soup or eat it with white. No, we don't do that.
But hold on. We do drink gari like with water and sugar. We can make we can also make it like eba, like the way Nigerians call it, and we can also put a sprinkle of it in the beans. You can choose to add it or not too as well. And the food it comes from the tribe, the Ewe tribe from Ghana. So every tribe has their own food. If you come to Accra, the Ghana people have the kenke and then the fish and the pepper. They
Bro,
are
if
known
you
for
watch the video that I post on the back chat that Afridamus showed, we have over 256 tribes, and every tribe have their own food. And I'm only
Exactly.
talking about from the English part of Cameroon that I'm from. The only food that we eat a lot of food. I've not even talked about the ones that we eat in French side or the north or the Hausa or stuff. Just from our own area, we eat a lot of different varieties.
Hold on, Judah. Do you eat a lot of fuller food?
No, we don't eat because we don't have Fulla in my community. The Fulla people that we have are French Cameroonians, and they are from the north. We don't eat their food. I'm talking about the ones that we only eat, like us in Cameroon and Cross River in Nigeria, Igbo people. That's we eat similar because we have a lot of forest, man. So we eat a lot of various kind of leaves, and I've never eaten Fulani food, man. I will never try Fulani food in Cameroon. Hell nah.
Why not?
No, man, like Fulani people, no, man, their food is not tasty, man. Like, oh, why? Come on, bro. Like, I mean, as a Cameroonian, the only thing that we can eat is soya. But even the soya, it is our own people that are making the soya as well. I mean, if you go to Fulani, like up north, then you might try their food, but they eat millet. I don't eat millet, man. I don't eat millet. I don't eat.
You're missing out. Millet is good.
No, I will never drink millet. I will never drink millet.
We do millet porridge. Mono.
But Afridamus,
Yes.
what's up with the
Especially in
African?
this one in case. The problem, okay, let me come and say this thing. I forget. Afridamus just remind me. You know, the Sonin case has the worst food. They only eat millet,
Wow.
Yes, did you
Afridamus,
guys
they
know
got
that?
you over there.
Yes,
they like to make fun of us because we love the millet porridge. That's
love
why
the
we get.
porridge.
That's why we get along with the Fullers. We bring the porridge. They
But
bring
hold
the
on,
milk.
Afridamus, hold on. The millet porridge is a popular breakfast meal in Ghana as well.
Oh, really? Okay. See,
Yes.
there you go. It's not
then,
only us.
then you
We
can
call
live
it
with the
cocoa. We
Soninke.
call it
The
cocoa. If you Google
Soninke
that,
every day
Google
they
it.
eat
Google
that
it. It's
every
called
day.
cocoa.
Yeah.
KOKO.
Yeah.
No
We
matter how
instead
rich they are, no matter how rich the Soninke is, if you remove the mono from them, you have a problem with them. Yeah,
our
they eat
porridge,
that food every
our
day.
porridge will instead be pap. The one that we make from cornmeal, like corn,
Yeah.
put it in, soak it in water. That's what we will drink, not millet. Us
Yeah,
in the south of Cameroon.
I'm a Badibunka, so don't take it. I'm just joking with this guy. He's a Sarahule, so we have that relationship. So what thing I discover from you, like the people from the southern part of West Africa, most of you have a common dish that you call fufu. You can call it different names, but I don't think you guys are good in like your food is not like rice. But our staple food in our area, like Senegambian area up to Mali, is just rice.
But
And
Nigerians eat a lot of rice too.
yeah, they eat right.
And
Oh, okay.
Ghana.
Mark,
We eat a lot of rice too.
if you watch that video, the white guy did not even show Cameroon rice. Rice in my country, only little kids eat rice. We serve it to them because they don't have teeth. Their teeth are so soft. So the only kind of food they eat is rice.
Here we go.
Mature people in my country eat things like plantain, cocoyam, cassava, vegetables and stuff. That's what mature people eat. You wouldn't see an older person eating rice. In my country, when they say, man, if a stranger comes to your house and you give him rice, that's an abuse. You are abusing him. I'm telling you for a fact.
Judah is very funny. So Judah, the jollof rice is for the kids, huh?
It's for the kids. A stranger comes to your house and you serve him rice. It's like you are abusing him, not to never show up to your house again. You have man.
I'm fasting. I cannot laugh. I'm very hungry right now.
Zongo, you said what?
I will have to agree with Judah about that point. Rice is like it's for the kids actually, because if you go to a house for an elderly person, they want like local cuisine, like something that you can eat with your hands, and the soup, with some meat inside. Rice. Usually, when someone wants a local cuisine, rice is the least thing that comes to mind.
And let me answer this question. Someone said they're saying Ebe is from Sierra Leone. That's true. That's the origin. I remember when I first came to Gambia at the time, they don't know Ebe. Ebe, in Sierra Leone, like we were eating it. It's a Sierra Leonean dish.
Yeah, they brought it there.
Yeah, it came from Sierra Leone. Welcome to the Afridamus report.
Jarama.
Well, hey, today I saw you in the Diners channel with Amara, my Timini uncle. Amara.
We full of people who love Timini, we love Mende, we love all even your people. You said you're Soninke.
Yeah, Maraka.
Your Maraca, exactly. Maraca. Remember, most of the Maraca that settled in Kono district, they're very connected to my family in Kono. So that's why I said to you, I've seen you when I was young.
Well, you see, Al, I was saying that that's why we get along with the Fuller. We have the porridge, they got the milk. We bring it together.
But
right?
don't forget the jalunke. I don't know if the Maraca and jalunke are similar.
Oh yeah, no. It's like because it's like jalunke. That's all like still the Mande language.
Yeah, exactly. But jalunke, they and the Fuller, you can't. There's no difference really. We're the same people. We call each other allies, and even your people, the Maraca and the Fullers are very similar in cultures, in everything really.
So
But
Judah said he would never eat Fuller food because it doesn't taste good. you know.
So Jude, listen, right? See, when I listen to Jude, it kind of reminds me of those village boys that our cows used to trample over their farms.
But you know what? I think Al has something. Al is biased against upline people, man. Al, you're biased against upline people.
But Jude people will be the same people that will be crying if they don't see the Fulani coming with the cows and the milk and the
You're right.
for them.
This is true.
You know what I mean? It's like a similar story in the entire West Africa. They can't stand the Fulani when the Fulani don't bring anything, but when the Fulani is bringing something, they're all like, "Yeah, what happened to the Fulani, man?" But anyway,
but that's why we stop eating beef in my place. We instead eat chicken. We make our own. We grow our own chicken.
Maybe that's why you. Maybe that's.
Oh, you don't want to eat beef so that you don't depend on so you don't depend on the Fulani anymore.
On the Fulani because they are the one bringing the cow. We don't want that anymore.
Right. I like the fact that he just said
I'm getting bad.
On Fulani, but no longer depend on Fulani.
Al, he just finally admitted that they had to depend on you guys for the meat.
Just like a lot of people Afridamus, that this is the reason why they can't stand us. They depend on us for so long, and they find a way around it, and they turn around and start hating. When you start helping someone for so long, and one day you turn around and say, you know what, you need to help yourself, and then that person's like, you know what?
But don't remember your cows eat in their fields. They got the land. Your cows eat in their fields.
But that's why we eat a lot of protein and vegetable leaf because they give us a lot of protein than cow. That's what I'm saying. We eat a lot of vegetable leaf.
And Afridamus, you know how many Maraca sheep that we have to chase away in Kono, trample on our cons.
Oh no, here we go. That's true. We did have a lot of sheep there in Kono,
man.
Yes, in Kono we do.
Massive ones due to the big horns, bro. Yeah,
right. This is true.
Afridamus, can you?
I remember we used to be like, you know what? That's pa Amara, the Maraca man over there. That's his ships. We used to go all the way there. My dad is like, no, don't say nothing, just leave it. I'll go and talk to them. You know what I mean? It's that communal thing that's been lost in Africa in general. Farmers fighting the farmers. But in terms of food, Sierra Leone, growing up in Sierra Leone, we actually got one of the, you probably know that anyway, we've got vast variety of food in Sierra Leone.
But Al, have you mostly been eating fish and chips all these years?
But in the
UK? Have you mostly been eating fish and chips instead?
Do you know what? It's month of Ramadan now, isn't it? It's month of Ramadan.
Kidola, do you think Al's voice sound like he's been eating a lot of fish and chips and drinking tea?
Well. If you listen to I'll be baptized with fish and chips, toast, and useless sausage, and a cup of tea. I have lost his African touch.
Give me some pounded yam, Kidola. Give me some pounded yam. As long as there's no monkey soup in there.
I hope you go to Sierra Leone. All this food you mentioned, so that they will baptize you back again.
It's Sierra Leone. Okay, if you guys listen now, let me get to the real point. Afridamus will agree with this. Sierra Leone got one of the most diverse food in West Africa because Sierra Leone is not just Fula or Timini or Mendele. Mm-hmm. We have Caribbean people that live in Sierra Leone. We have people from all over the world that came to settle in Sierra Leone. So we kind of mix our food and cook our food more different and a bit more westernized compared to probably other countries.
So it's westernized. Is the name westernized a good name?
Don't forget Kaukanda. It's very African. Yeah,
that's very African. No, we mixed it. That's what I just said. But Judah, just listen to what you want to hear. So basically, what I'm trying to say is we do have variety of food. But
no, Judah, Sierra Leone got food, man.
We have more food than Cameroon, the entire Cameroon, French and English region put together.
Oh, bro. Man, come on, man. This white guy went to Sierra Leone before coming to Cameroon. He did not acknowledge your food, bro.
He never been to Sierra Leone then.
He was the video that I showed. He been to 40 African countries and Sierra Leone was part of it.
The trouble with Judah.
Why you need to find data to make your whole argument, man?
His argument are so flawed. It's unbelievable.
I hear the restaurants you show. It's a Gambian woman that prepares those food. You know,
Gambia that you see, Gambia that you see,
Gambia might prefer those food.
Gambia that you see, Gambia and Sierra
hold on
Leone
now,
people
hold on.
are almost the same,
Yeah.
and the cultures are very similar.
Yeah, Al.
Yes.
Al, you are from Sierra Leone. You are a Fulani. I hope you can speak Fulani because most of you guys you cannot even speak your language no more. Because of this Creole.
That's true. Most.
Yeah.
You know, I do you know what? You're right. I started speaking Fula when I went to Guinea. When I was
when
in
you
Sierra
went to
Leone, we
Guinea?
don't speak because we don't see that in Sierra Leone. See, I must tell them we don't look at tribes like that. I grew up with Tibini, Mende, Kono. You know, we just look at each other as one. We don't see
Yeah, that's
tribal
true. That's why I like about Sierra Leone. They speak Creole and everything.
Yes.
I wanted to speak with you, you know, in your dialect, but I hope you cannot
I mean,
speak.
when I came to Guinea, I learned Fula, man. Yeah, come pull up. Minga Afridamus, my wall pull out one day.
Halai pulat?
Mojano.
Oh, Mojano. Oh,
yes.
Oh, Jude.
Misiki anta tangado ko.
I mean, come pull a tiki model. Come pull a tiki.
Judah is getting upset now. You guys are triggering Judah. You're speaking Fulani. He's getting upset.
I'm glad that we got our Maraka brother that will bring the Nigerian brothers in our platform so we can all have a joke and laugh and play some jokes. But the reality is that there's no way in northern Nigeria will let Judah or Kidula come there and talk shit. They would have cut them off a long time. They wouldn't even go on it, bro. He knows that.
Yeah,
there's
he
no
knows
way
that.
a house Fulani in the north will let Judah or Nigeria or Kidula come and talk on their platform, bro. They'll be cut off a long time ago.
Forget the reason now, even in Nigeria, the Fula, we'll call the Fulanis, they're even integrated now, even in the southern part of Nigeria. You understand me?
Yes, I noticed
yeah,
that.
Because some of the people
I think that's the right.
Yeah, because even in Nigeria, we don't really know anymore. Because if you check sometimes when they measure, is politicians sometimes doing this nonsense when they say, "Oh,
that's right.
Fulani," but if you really check deep, people that are doing some of these nonsense in Nigeria, they are even the people for those areas. You understand me?
That's right. I mean, I agree with that. Do you know what? Yeah, being a Sierra Leonean coming from Sierra Leone, we have a lot of Yoruba people that live in Sierra Leone. Afridamus, tell them, man, we got bare Yoruba. I grew up with Yoruba. My best friend right now, Ola, he was born and bred in Freetown, never left the country. You know, he been to America and Europe and that, but you know, and we never looked at him any other way as one of ours. Especially full of people. We're very close with the Timini. We're close with the Creole people in Freetown because we live together most of the time. But you know, we don't ever looked at Creole people because massive branch of the Creole is Yoruba. You know,
if not the civil war in Sierra Leone.
Yes,
I think West Africans were very, very happy with each other. I live in Nigeria. I've never even been to all these countries. I've never even come across Sierra Leone. The first time I met Senegalese was when I was all university basketball game. You understand me? That's the first time I saw really Senegalese. Really, I was shocked.
In Nigeria,
really? Yes.
Because
I live in the inner part of Nigeria. So we all have what called all West African basketball game, right?
Right.
Ivorians were there, Senegalese was there. I think other West African countries came.
Did Cameroonians make it?
Yeah, Cameroon was also there. It was like all in West African university game.
Because they have a lot of tall people.
Yeah, I was eager to meet other, West Africa.
Do you know what Kidola is right? You know, because when I've been in a few Nigerian panels, right? When you mention you're a Fula guy, all you get from the Nigerians, they're like, "Oh yeah, I never speak to a Fula person before. I wish I met you before." Like, they're quite shocked because normally the kind of hostility they would get from certain people, it makes me wonder actually, because the way they describe Fula people in Nigeria or the house, that's not what.
Actually, it's different for me too, because maybe because of regional, but I think that Central African area, South going in, I think it's hostile.
The thing that you don't know is the Fulani in my country were forcefully doing the jihad war. They wanted to, they forcefully converted Bantus into Islam, into Muslim, and there was a war that was for the jihad war.
So the Bantus lost.
No, the Bantu did not lose. That's why we are still Christians, and the Fulani are Muslim. They did not convert
the
everybody.
white man helped you.
No, they did not. That was a
The white man helped you. You became Christian instead.
The Fulani wanted to convert every African person into Muslim.
Afridamus.
That's
No,
a lie. That's a lie, though. That's a lie. I think Zongo are more closer to
One mic.
Afridamus, you know very well, right? You see, Africa at the moment, in Shelley, us our people, you know, we have the Muslims north and the Christians south. This is a massive problem. And
Well,
people
to be honest though, the Fulanis, they did travel around West Africa, you know, waging wars on people.
Absolutely.
About this Islam stuff. So back in the 18,
yes.
Yeah, they did start being the terrorists around West Africa. That is true.
That's
though.
not terrorism. You're talking about spreading jihad.
Well, you know, chopping people's heads off and stuff, you know, like that's terrorism.
Okay, you can say that. Okay, right. Let's get this right. After the Mali Empire fell, right. After Mali Empire fell, yeah, you probably your people built the Ghana Empire to start with.
No, it was Ghana Empire first.
Then you got Mali Empire, yeah. Then we have an empire that are contemporary with your empire.
In Futa Jalon.
The Tuklo Empire. No, the Futa that was later on, bro.
Well, that's the biggest Fula empire in Futa Jalon.
You're the one that started it. Nobody terrorized the African continent more than the Soninke people.
No, the Fulas did that.
You sold more slaves to the Arabs.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, come on, you know that. Come on.
Here we go.
Slave to the Arabs.
No,
yeah?
that's not true.
And nobody invaded entire West Africa than the Fulani Malinke.
No.
That's true. But the Solinke sold slaves on countless numbers of slaves to the Arabs.
But hold on, no.
That's the reason why the Fulani Malinke destroyed Ghana Empire and built Mali Empire after that.
Oh, that's not true. It was the Almoravids, the Moroccans, the Moroccans that attacked, and the Fullers were their foot soldiers. They were the bootlickers for the Arabs to fight.
No.
That's what happened.
Afridamus that because the Fulanis were fighting for the Arabs. The Fulanis were fighting for the Arabs.
The Malinke and the Fuller. The Solinke will straighten the Malinke and the Fuller.
No, we were good with the Malinkas always. Mal, can you explain?
I think Al, you got the thing wrong. You know, these people, you guys in Sierra Leone, the Fulanis in Sierra Leone, you are run away from your kingdoms because when the kingdoms crumble, some of you go down south. You know, so but the Mandinka, or you call it Malinke, after the creation of the Mali Empire, it fell, by the Soninke.
Wasulu Empire, right?
Wasulu is after the fall of Mali, because Wasulu was the empire of Samori Toure. You remember?
Exactly. Okay.
Exactly. So
when the Mali Empire fell, right? Because, like for example, the Malinke were always based in Kankan.
Yes, Kankan is the origin of the Mandinka.
Exactly. Thank you. Stay there.
Look, the war, Kabu Empire, the war between the Mandinkas in Kabu. When the Fullers went to attack them, what was that war about? Hold on.
The Cisse family that hijacked Samori Toure mother.
Wait, before all that, the war between the Mandinkas and the Fullers,
that's the last war.
The last war. What was that war about? What was that war was about? Because the Fullers, they were traveling, since 1798, from Usman Danfodio in Nigeria, when he rose up and said he had this dream, they gotta convert everybody. They started that war until they fought with the Mandinkas in 1867 in Kabul. In Kabul, in that war, because they went there, they wanted to convert the Mandinkas, and the Mandinkas refused. That's why they went to war.
To be honest with you,
that's why they went to war. It was over converting them.
No,
yeah,
it
and
wasn't.
resources.
It wasn't over
You know, a
Kufa's.
lot of
The
Fulanis will
Malinke were
disagree with
already
you,
Muslim.
Afridamus.
The
You know, a lot of
Bambara were already
they
Muslim.
will agree with you. Malinkes were already Muslim. Some were
Thank you
Muslim,
very
but
much.
the rulership. The thing is, the problem that
Afridamus,
happened was
make to get your
because
fact
of
right, bruv.
the cattles. You know, like when the Mandinka rulers
One person at
in
a
Kabu.
time.
Yeah, the Mandinka rulers in Kabu, you know, were, you know, oppressing the Fulani and even asked them not to lay down straight on the bed. They have to crisscross because
Thank
they are not
you.
the same people like them.
Get
You
the fact right.
understand? So these people are the kings, you know, they cannot be laying down like the way the kings lie down. So that was one of the biggest problem that happened, because although most of the Mandinkas that time were were Muslims, but this one also, you know, ignite the war between the Mandinkas and the Fulanis. You understand? That was the last war, because that was also after the fall of Mali, because after the Mali fall, Wasulu Empire, Mandinka state divided into two. We have Kabu, the regional part of Mali, that was Kabu, was under Mandinka control, and Wasulum also was under Mandinka control, and the Fulanis were in between these two kingdoms. You understand?
That's right.
That is
You're speaking truth. You're true.
Look, Ampate, look, Ampate Bar. Hold on, Ampate Bar. You know Ampate Bar, right? You know, they call himself Umar Futi.
Yes. That was
Futa Toro, like, you know, going through hold on, in his capital where he got killed in Messina, right?
Yeah.
Because of Messina, so yeah, so he helped, literally, he helped the French conquer Mali without even, you know, knowing, because the French supplied him with ammunition. He was waging wars on the Bambara, the Malinkes and the others, because he's saying he's converting them. So any town, villages he goes through, he like wipes them out. And the French soldier, wait, let me finish.
Don't want to explain this war. This war, nobody want to explain it.
Hold on, let me finish. So the French soldiers would match every territory that he conquered. He's thinking he's conquering it, but they are waiting for him to clear the way up till they got him all the way to Messina. Then he turns on the French. He turns on the French, right? He goes to, you know, war with the French, and the French defeated him. They surrounded him. Him and his men ended up trapped, you know, in this cave for like a month before they, you know, they got blown up, you know, with gunpowder. But let me read this. He said, Afridamus and Jude are lying on my people. Watch your back in the Gambia, bro. All love. Thank you, please.
You know that Afridamus.
No, hey,
Gambia that you claim to be part of, is one of the oldest Fulani empire, the Tupi Empire, right? And so you sit you sit there, love to be a Gambian, and you sit in there and making all kind of narrative against the Fulani people, but you claim
Afridamus, you don't understand. People, Fulani and the Mandinkas don't want to explain this war because it was very bad, you know. So that they call it. That's why they call it Turubankelo, because you know the Fulanis were lured in the defense of the Mandinkas, and they were born alive. So this not a lot of people will not talk about this war, and this brings strong relationship between Mandinkas and Fulas up to today. You know, because of this war. Yeah, so
the sad fact is,
hold on, guys. Allow Kidola was gonna say. Kidola, you say what?
Let me just respond.
I said we were very happy that you were able to.
One person at a time.
Hold on, Al, wait.
Can I respond? And Kidola can go, please. Right? When you talk about Fula and Malinke, back in the days, the Bambara were the Malinke. When you're talking about the relevance of the history of
they are separate, bro.
No.
Because the Bambara they were separate.
The name Malinke was given to them. The Malinke was given to them by Fula. That means settlers.
Your turn is over, man.
Yeah.
No, I just want to explain because they are confusing these two. These are all Manding group people, okay?
No matter you want to say it.
Yeah.
Fodo was like a terrorist.
Yes.
To South Africa.
He was a terrorist.
If the same thing entered to Cameroon, so all this region, the people that fought Osman Fotos, that guy, fight him hard. The Yorubas, the Oyo Empire was a battle of the neck between the Yorubas and that Osman Fotos of a guy. You understand me? When he was fighting towards us, we didn't even know he would extend. He went back again to the other side. You understand me? Because we were fighting this guy, stop his jihad against us.
Exactly.
Why it was a very big battle, battle that leads sometimes when they occupy some certain, when they come to certain areas, even when you defeat them there, but you cannot tell because most of the people already convert to Muslim there.
What happened to the Ilorin?
We understand. We forget about the Ilorin one. We thought it was a Yoruba's land. Due to the battle, even when they settle, even the Fulani they still come with a trick. You understand me? They still have a trick they come with to claim Ilorin from the Yoruba hand. So it was not like the battle. The battle was in the south when they moved from the north towards the south. It was a war for years. For years against the Fulani people, which is Cameroon. The southern part of Cameroon is also involved. Also.
Okay. Do you know how Danfodio started in northern Nigeria? Let me just get this in fact. Right?
I know how Danfodio started. Don't give us the history. You know about that.
I listen to you guys when you talk. I don't interrupt. Let me just make this point clear. Danfodio left Guinea, right? He left Futa and he went to northern Nigeria to teach Islam in the right way. And you know that Afridamus, we have the Maraka, they're one of the best people in Kono district for learning the Quran. You know, the Fulani people.
But we did not wage war, though. We didn't wage war.
Let me just make this thing clear, right? West Africa was all wars. Yeah.
But we did not wage war. We did not wage war across West Africa. We didn't do that.
Just do that because that's bias. That's wrong. But anyway, so Danfodio went there to teach the right way of Quran, and majority of Danfodio followers were not Fulas, were Hausa. And when I hear Nigerian people say, "Oh, the Fulani,"
he overthrew Hausa people. He
hold on, Judah, let him finish. Judah, let him talk.
The Hausa were too powerful to be conquered by any tribe. It's the Hausas with Danfodio themselves, because the Hausa were being prosecuted by a king, that is overtaxing them and enslaving the locals and pushing the real side of Islam aside for the fake Islam, and don't forget the Hausa and the Fullers already been suffering under the hand of Songhai Ali, hundreds of years before that, and now Songhai Ali have killed more Africans, than any human being that ever walked the earth, right? That's Songhai Ali. But anyway, the Hausa, and Danfodio worked together, and conquer the king of Gobe, right? And then they changed the system where the farmers were not working as slaves. They wasn't treated like the way they was treated under the previous Hausa king. And then the northern Nigerians realized, hang on a minute, this Danfodio guy, the vibes that he came up with is the right vibes, is the right thing, is doing the right thing. So we actually want to expand. So that's when they start seeking expansion. So Cameroon that you looked at today, Jude, Cameroon was is what they call the Adamawa. Cameroon was under Nigeria.
Adamawa was found by Modibo Adama. Modibo Adama was a zealot of Osman Danfodio.
The entire Cameroon was on all the way.
No, not the entire Cameroon.
Was under Danfodio. We defeated you. The Fulani outside came all the way to Central Africa.
If you defeated me, I would have been an Islam. I would have been a Muslim. What the hell are you talking about?
Judah, hold on, one mic.
Yeah. During the reign of Danfodio, they went all the way to Central Africa. Yeah.
When you talk, let people talk.
Al, that's true. Al, hold on, Al, you can't go forever because of time. You gotta let people talk too. But let me read this. G Black for the super chat. I said military first. Volta, I guess Upper Volta, which is Upper Volta, Ghana, and Burkina. To Delta, Nigeria. Vodoa to Ododua. Ododua.
But I wanted to.
No. Let me talk. Let me talk. You. This is not search for who channel where you do a lot of talking.
No, it's not Al. It's Zongo. After Zongo can go. Go ahead, Judah.
let me talk. You think the whole Cameroon is all Fulani? They are part.
No, I'm not
part of
saying
Cameroon
that.
in
I
the
am
north.
not saying that.
Let me
But
let me
you
let me
was
finish.
you,
Let me
you,
finish.
you was
Let
defeated.
me finish.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Al, part of Cameroon, there is what they call the Kanem Bonu Empire. That was in the north. It comprised of current Borno state in Nigeria, part of Cameroon, and part of Chad Republic. And you also, when you come down south, you also have the Adamawa Empire that was conquered by Modibo Adama, a zealot of Usman Dan Fodio. Now, how did your people defeated us? If your people defeated us, I wouldn't be a Christian today. I will have been a Muslim. So that's
Yeah,
to
that
tell
was
you
after.
that
That
you
was
fought
when the
and
French
defeated.
and the English came over and colonized you.
No, you are
Went
talking of
down through
recent
your
French and the
past
French. What the heck are you
because you was
talking
too
about when the
weak
French?
to defend your ancestral home.
Oh man,
That's
you shut
why.
up, man. Hey, Mal, shut, not Mal. This guy shut up when I'm talking, man. You gotta respect yourself, man.
Cameroon used to, in fact, Al, he's right. You're talking about recent history.
You are talking
But
about
in
recent history when the French came in. We are
1884,
talking
you're
about
talking about 1880, after 1884, Cameroon even
right.
got, the Germans used to colonize Cameroon.
Thank you.
Right, that was
They
even
lost
before
it
the
after
Germans came in.
yeah.
When the
Before this is
Germans came
before
in
the Germans came.
1884, there wasn't no religious war when the Germans came in
Right.
before 1884. Everything was already settled. We already know who was Muslim and we already knew who was Christian. So what the heck is he talking about? You know.
Listen, right? Listen, it's so clear why people don't like my tribe because we're two very strong, very intelligent, very powerful, wealthy, educated. You know, we got everything that you haven't got. So you're gonna spend your time hating on us. But the more you hate on us, the more we fucking had fun.
But what's with the
Carry on, see,
victimhood?
Can
Why
I
you
make a
pretend when
comment? Can I make a
people?
comment?
Why do you pretend that people are hating? We're
Stop.
just
You guys
talking.
are the most
You're the only
uneducated
Sunni
Can
people
I
in
talk?
Africa.
that would
Can I
Fulani
let
talk?
people do
some
not go to school. What the heck are
Cameroonian
you
come and
talking
Hold
about?
on,
disrespect my
one
people.
mic,
You
guys.
should stop doing that. You shouldn't let that guy come here and talk about Fula people again, bro.
No,
Because if you
okay,
no, you
fine.
should never
Hold
Bro,
let
on,
that
I'm
hold
happen.
on,
not gonna
Why
scare
did you
hold
you
talk
people
on,
about
by
guys.
other
talking
Stop,
tribes?
about
stop, stop,
Fulani. You're
stop.
not
Why
gonna
did
tell
you
me
talk
what
about
to
other
say. Oh,
tribes?
no,
Hold
so
on,
what the heck are
hold
you
on,
talking about?
hold on, guys. Calm down, calm down. Allow Zongo to respond. Go ahead, Zongo.
Well, like I mean, I'm a Hausa person myself, and I'll tell you one thing that I noticed when I met a lot of people from northern Nigeria. Most of them speak the Hausa language, right? But then when you ask them, "Who are you?" they say they are Fulani people. And for me, because I was born and raised in Ghana, my way of thinking is a little different. I'm like, okay. And then it just didn't make sense to me because I think maybe the Fulanis, they came into the region using Islam, and eventually they were able to penetrate within their chieftaincy structure. Because even now, if you go to like Kano State, their current chief is not a Hausa person; he's a Fulani guy, and the throne belongs to
Is
the
that
Hausa people.
Kwankwaso?
Yeah, and the throne belongs to the Hausa people. So I think the Fulanis were able to, to outsmart the Hausa people, and and ascend within their structure of authority within their tribe. So I think the Fulanis, I don't know how they did it. I think because they have knowledge about Islam and they use Islam as a tool to be able to encroach into their system and and rule them. And now the dominant ones are mostly Fulanis by tribe, but then they inherit the Hausa throne. It just didn't make sense to me. But I mean, a lot of them use Islam just to disguise it. But
Yeah. So
Oh,
let me tell
Mike,
you one
Mike,
thing.
hold on, Zongo. Mike is disagreeing. Mike said it's a lie. The houses in Nigeria don't call themselves Fulanis. He said some, Mike.
Right.
No,
Mike,
Zongo,
hit the
Zongo,
link.
I mean, the current the
After
current.
Hold on.
If you
Go
go
ahead.
to
Zongo is
Kano,
right.
yeah, I speak Hausa language, Mike.
Zongo is right.
Hold on,
See,
Zongo. Go ahead, Kidola.
the Fulani deceive the outside. So you see, even in the north, the largest population in the northern part of Nigeria, they are Hausa people. You understand me? The tension sometimes that come then because the outside people doesn't like sometimes some of the behaviors also of the Fulani also. You understand me? Even up to today, the Hausa is still the largest ethnic tribe in the northern part of Nigeria. They're huge there. You understand me? But the Fulani have some of these emirs, some of these because of the religion. See, the
No, in
Canaries.
terms of religion, is the Kanuri.
See,
The Kanuri Arabs are the one that got the religious.
the Canaries is the Canaries
Kanuri
that the
Arabs.
Fulani
The one that
So
got the
hold on,
religious
Al, let him
authority in the
speak.
north.
Al,
Yeah,
let
go
him
on.
speak. So Kidola, in many words, the Fulanis, they in a way can be considered like colonizers because they're the small number. They control. They colonize the houses.
But what happened is the Canaries. That the Fula, the Hausa don't like the Canaries like that because of the oppression and everything. So what the Fula able to do, they were able to ginger the Hausa people because they know how to fight. They're very ruthless. So
we defended Hausa from the Kanuri for hundreds and thousands of years. The Kanuri were Arabs. They were against. They're the one that's still terrorizing Cameroon, by the way, Jude. It's not Fulani, it's not Hausa. It's the Kanuris.
Based on this,
but they call them Fulani because they think they're Fulanis.
Based on this one, the Hausa and the Fulani came together to defeat that Canaries empire in Boronu. You understand me? That's how the Fulani cool. I think the Hausa respect the Fulani because of their strategy. They're very smart. You understand me? They're very, very smart.
Yes, because we managed to defend the northern Nigeria from being taken away from the Arabs. And at the same time, we brought the right type of Islam.
No, you guys were fighting for the Arabs because the Arabs have the same religion. You guys were fighting. The Arabs use you guys. Let me stop. The Arabs use you guys to spread their religion. No, the Arabs use you guys to spread their religion. How are you fighting against them? How are you guys fighting against them?
Hold on. One thing that you never knew about before, yeah? You see those people that you call Fulani in northern Nigeria, do you know who they are really, truly, Afridamus? They're Soninke, they're Maraka, they're Mende, they're Soso, let me just get this right. Let me just get this right.
I could be right because any person that is Muslim and is from the north of Cameroon, we call them Hausa or Fulani. We don't know those various tribes that I just mentioned,
During the time they left Futa to go to northern Nigeria, to fight against this Kanuri.
So, are you saying we were in northern Nigeria fighting there too?
Your people.
Are you kidding me? So my people. So who colonized the houses? Have you ever heard the Nigerians say Soninke ever? We did not go there. We never went there.
Kidola, can I ask you one question?
Yeah, sorry. Can I talk, please, now? Afridamus, can I talk now?
Yes, go ahead, man.
Yes,
I'll let him talk.
Yes. So I'll one thing I can agree with how to call it Kidola here is that when the Fulanis left Futa, because Futa, we should know where Futa is located. Futa is located now in Guinea-Conakry, and Kankang also is located in northern Guinea-Conakry, border with Mali.
That's the place of the Fulas.
Yes, that was the place of the Fulas. So during the Mali Empire, the Mandinka ruled over all these ethnic groups, but those days, it's like everybody was participating in the government. So all the tribes have representative in that's what we call Kurukan-Fuga. Kurukan-Fuga, that is the constitution the Mandinkas were using. So what happened is, so during the Mali Empire, the Mandinkas expanded from Kankang right now. They expanded into present-day Mali and conquered the entire peninsula of Senegambia region, and they migrated. Yes, they migrated. This guy called the military general that Sunjata
Amari Sonko.
Yes, Sunjata sent to Senegambia to conquer Senegal and Gambia.
That's Amari Sonko.
Yeah, I think it's this guy. I forget it. Tramakan Trawale. Okay, so Tramakan conquered that area. So when Mali fall, now the Fulas got independent. They get a kingdom called the Futa Jalon, and they get Futa Toro. Okay, so that is why
Toro is older than Futa Jalon.
Futa Toro is in Senegal, I think.
Yes, Futa
Toro is in Senegal. Futa Toro is in Senegal. So now
these are the ones that went to Nigeria, by the way.
Yes, I know that. I know that. That is why I said the Fulas who went to Nigeria fool the house.
But they're the same Fulas, though.
Now the thing is, so the Mandinkas who were ruling Mali Empire, the Bambaran you are talking about, they are distant cousins of the Mandinka. If you speak Mandinka, you listen to a Bambaran, you will basically understand all what they are saying. But they are not like, they were mostly used as soldiers, like just how you fool the houses. That's how we are able to rule over, use the Bambarans and the other ethnic groups to be in the
listen, Fula Malenke are almost the same people, same
yes, nowadays you
we cannot separate ourselves. Even though we have internal problems,
Yes,
So
we
we are
have some
very
internal.
much the same
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Right?
that's
Okay.
true. That's true. I can
Let
agree with that.
Zogo
because-
explain his Hausa, because Zogo is an Hausa
Yeah.
man. Zogo,
So because of
Zogo Hausa and Nigeria Hausa, they're all the same. You
yes,
understand me?
yes,
So
exactly, they are all
is
the
a
same.
typical Hausa. Zogo, explain your Hausa problem. Why
Yes.
you allow Fulani to fool you people?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zongo, go ahead, Zongo.
So now, the
listen to
thing
let
is-
Mal finish, man. Why
yeah,
you
so
cut
I
him
just
off?
want to clarify this so that you guys will understand. So when you go to Guinea Conakry nowadays, so you may call those people Malinke. They are Mandinkas. If you tell them what language they speak Mandinka. Obviously, Mandinka in Gambia, Senegal, whatever those people speak, we understand. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is the so we have this trap between us. Futa Jalon was created after the Mali Empire fall, and Futa Jalon fought with Kabu instead of fighting with Wasadu, because Wasadu know that Wasadu, the Samori Ture Empire, is a Mandinka empire that was also a Muslim empire that was conquering people, converting people. If you go to the history of Gambia, the Mandinkas are the ones who fight to convert people into Islam. So we can call
for the Kabadumbia,
for the Shia, and all of those people fight to convert people into Islam. So this is the history, the brief history. So many people confuse these terms. If you call somebody Malinke, because this term was coined by the French or some people who call them that, but they don't. The Malinke is just like people from Mali. That is all it means. You
Mali
understand?
settlers,
So
yeah.
See, Mal, can you also correct Mal? Can you also correct Al here to let him know?
Yeah.
We the Sonin case. We use the power of the pen.
Yeah.
Rather than rather than weapons. We use
territory.
we use pen. No,
Your welcoming mentality is what made Mauritania.
Okay. So do you think those people took that territory because we welcomed them, or they I'm admitting they won the battle. That's just what it is. A war happened. The empire started falling down. And by the way, the Fullers, hold on, the Fullers were part of the kingdom, but they betrayed the kingdom to help the Arabs.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's just a lie.
No, that's the truth.
What he said. No, now also we can call them also like the Soninke also betrayed the Mandinkas rulers.
They betrayed the Mandinka, the Fullers. That's why Fuller and Mandinka went against them.
Yes,
they
do
can
that.
teach Fuller and Mandinka history, bro. We know our history better than Soninke.
Hold on, let me read this super chat.
We build empires.
Hold on. No, hold on. It's Yoruba is not Mohammedan or Christian and Hebrew. Okay, Al, let me ask you this, right? Fine, you guys conspired with the Arabs against us prior, right? God. But in the battle of Kansala, in the battle of Kansala, we fought with the Mandinkas. It's in the last battle.
Yes, that's 1867. This is why
1867 we fought with the Fullers, along with the Fullers.
Yeah.
So what did
Fuller fought with Mandinka? Fuller fought against.
The Fullers fought against the Mandinkas. We helped them.
There's no big deal about it, bro.
We helped them.
Every tribe done that in West Africa.
Yes, the miracle part of that war is that is why nobody get pride of that war is because if you win a war you have to conquer, but that land was never conquered up to today. If you go to where they fight the war in Kansala, you will find a bare land that was empty, that was totally smoked with gunpowder. Up to today, if you go to Kansala, you will find that. So it was very deadly. No, basically all the Fulani who came to that war, basically only Alpha Omar went home. The rest, all of them are dead. All the Mandinka defenders were dead. So it's not something pride to discuss about. Nobody
We're
wants
coming
to
here talking about food, and Afridamus is sitting. Is actually trying to use his own little agenda to try and belittle Fuller Malinke people.
No. Al, hold on. Hold on, Al. You're getting it all wrong. Al,
you went to no. Most of the schools and infrastructure.
Okay, Al, calm down. Al,
benefited from it so much, and you see.
Whoa. Al, calm down. Just calm down. I have nothing against the Fullers. In fact, I'm very cool with the Fullers. I'm just telling a story, history, what happened. You know, that's all I'm doing here. I'm not saying anything good or bad.
I is too defending. Let Zongo.
If it come to killing, right?
Like,
If it come to killing,
hold on. Let me read this. Let me read this from one of my Gambian brother, Mark Jan. He said, the Jollof Kingdom belonged to Gambia and Senegal. That's where the Jollof Rice name originated from. Thank you, Mark. Don't upset the Ghanaians and the Nigerians more. They already know. Zongo, go ahead, Zongo.
Let's Zongo. And
Yes.
Zongo are the northern Nigerians, the Hausas. They migrate to they're all the same. You understand me? Let's Zongo explain some certain things about the Hausa, because the Hausa help the Fulani to get foothold in the northern part of Nigeria, because the northern part of Nigeria belongs to the Hausa people.
The Hausa and the Fulani were allies way before that Fodio.
Allow Zongo to talk. Al is not letting anyone talk today. What are you hiding?
I will never interrupt Zongo. Zongo, speak, brother.
I mean, because like in northern Nigeria, there are different ethnic groups. We have the Borno people, we have the Kanuri, we have several tribes, including the Hausa people, right? So like even my ancestors, they emigrated from Katsina to Togo, and then they brought Islam to Togo, and they married and brought Islam to Ghana as well. So I do know something about that as well. I mean, how the Fulani were able to do that, because I was raised in Ghana. My way of thinking is a little different than a typical Hausa person. For them, they believe like they and the Fulanis are the same. And I think the Hausa people, I'm Hausa myself, I think they are being blinded by the religion of Islam, right? Thinking, oh, there's nothing wrong. We are all one. There's intermarriage among themselves, But then how the Fulanis were able to ascend within their throne and even the chieftaincy, it is something which is very uncommon in most ethnic groups.
Wait, they have the chieftaincy there?
In Kano, the current
they are colonizers there. That's colonizing.
The current emir of Kano, he's a Fulani man. Like his surname is Fulani. Like he's not an Hausa person, but the throne belongs to the Hausa people. The only states that have indigenous Hausa people is the Sokoto people, and I think all of them are the kingdoms. The Hausa kingdoms are under the Sokoto king, right?
Caliphate.
Yeah, the Sokoto Khalifa, right? How they were able to do that? Even white people who went to Nigeria to study over there, they wrote books on how the Fulanis colonized the Hausa people. But a lot of the Hausa people are very dismissive of that. They use the religion as a pretext in deflecting the actual
cognitive dissonance. They acting like the blacks here.
Yeah, because when I met them in Cyprus, I know I'm a Hausa guy, but I did ask them like critical questions, and they're like, oh, because they follow patrilineal. When someone marries someone, obviously the person becomes, when a Hausa person marries a Fulani person, they follow like the father's lineage, right? But it just didn't make sense how they can have access into their throne in their kingdom, and have rulership. Now, I mean, Islam has kind of like created some kind of like unity between both groups, but then for them to rule over their kingdom, it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm a Hausa person myself, but I mean, I just wanted to lay down that fact.
Zogo, you know why they deceive the Hausas?
I think it's religion.
Came, right?
I think it's religion primarily.
You see, when the Fulani came, right, the Fulani had their language. They learned the Hausa language. You understand? They learned the Hausa language, but they didn't allow the Hausa to learn their language. You understand? So what happened? What the Fulani did when they were trying to plan the coup against the Hausa could not understand the Fulani language. You understand? Even up to today in northern part of Nigeria, all the Fulani speak Hausa, but Hausa man cannot speak Fulani language.
I think the reason why is that because like the Hausa people, when they embrace Islam, and most of them have even lost, even to today. I tried to ask my father that I want a cultural name so that when I have a kid, I can name. I couldn't find it. All of us, we have Muslim names. We don't even have a cultural like family names.
Zongo,
Because,
brother, do you think it's Fulani that brought Islam to the House Island?
Yeah, they're the ones who brought Islam.
No, it wasn't. The House Island was already a Muslim place before Danfodio. Danfodio went to teach Sunni Islam. The House Island,
he came to propagate it.
No, he came to teach. This was
that's what I'm saying. Propagating.
That's the same.
Right,
It's the same
right.
thing.
So
same thing.
So Zongo, get that fact right. And number one, right? The Hausa, the Hausa were more connected to the East, to the Middle East, than any tribe in the entire West Africa. In fact, I would say entire Africa, because the where you call Chad today and Niger, it was a vast land, and the Hausa had kingdom, like a massive kingdom, all over that part of the land, right? If you go to Niger, for example, the other side of Niger,
the southern Niger.
Yes, I think the western Niger area, you find a lot of Fula there, and you still got Malinke living in those regions, right? So the interaction between those two tribes did not came through Danfodio. The interaction between the Fula and the Hausa and the Malinke went way back, just like the Yorubas.
You're absolutely right. I do agree with you on that
It
point.
went way back, and the intermarriage between those two, it went way back to the roots to the Middle East. Mansa Musa, great Mansa Musa, traveled through the Hausa land to touch the Middle East, right? To make it and back. So we did not bring Islam to northern Nigeria or to that part of the world. It already existed. What Danfodio brought was the type of Islam.
Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah.
Yes, exactly. The type of Islam.
Look, Danfodio was fighting. Danfodio was fighting people who were already Muslim, who already accepted it.
Danfodio was fighting the Kanuri Hausa that claimed to be a Hausa, that was treating the Hausa so bad and enslaving them and taxing them on their farmland. Yeah, he invited Danfodio in his mansion, to agree with him. But it was a plot to kill him. And the Hausa defended Danfodio. Yeah, and they said, don't go there. That guy will kill you. So that's when Danfodio and the Hausa turned against, that king, and they made him history. And from then on, when they advanced with the Sokoto Caliphate, with the Hausa and the Fulani troops, and we in fact have some Yorubas that actually joined that movement. And that's why I said to you, most of these people that you see, I'll give you an example. Look at Yaya Bello in Kogi State. Yaya Bello is not Fula. It's Fula in certain way, but Yaya Bello is a Malinke. You just look at Bello, you can tell he's not a Fula. So a lot of these people that claim to be Fula in northern Nigeria, they're not all Fula, because it's not only Fula people that went to northern Nigeria to spread and settle and be part of the movement. But however, the Hausas and the Fullers were way connected before Danfodio. They already interacted. They already intermarried before Danfodio. Hausa is Afro-Asiatic tribe, just like the Somalis are Afro-Asiatic. The Fula are Niger-Congo people, but they tend to marry very well for people of their caliber. And the Hausas never really got on with the other Niger-Congo family trees around them.
Yeah.
So you can see why they managed to build the alliance.
Yeah, because the general concept in Islam is that when someone doesn't if they come to the religion of Islam was the religion for the people, right? If they come to bring the religion to you, they don't have to rule over you or even control your kingdoms, right?
So even as we're speaking, Zongo, even as we're speaking today, the Kanuris are killing the Fullers and the Hausa. Nobody talk about this. It's us, the Fuller and the Hausa, that get the blame. Boko Haram is Kanuri. You all know that. Yeah?
But they are from Borno states, though.
Yes, but they are killing our people, bro. But everyone in the southern Nigeria, all the Fulani, the Hausa Fulani are killing it, destroying this. And these people who come and disguise as on the Hausa Fulani and do the killing on our behalf.
I didn't know that too. It's good that I just learned that one from you now. To be honest, because I wonder, Borno is a problem in Nigeria.
It's a problem, bro. You need to Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, Igbo, all these other tribes. You need to fight and kick the Kanuris out if you have any common sense, bro. If you don't do that,
hold on first. a section within the Kanuri group. I mean, they learn
well,
they learn the jihadist, like the jihadist version of Islam. That say like the Western version of education was was haram, and they are the ones who brought like, cause I mean I met a lot of Kanuri people who from Borno who were against what is his name, Shekau, the leader of that terrorist group. Um, so no, I don't think all of them were in support of what he did. So we shouldn't generalize the whole ethnic group as part of them. But then the point I still was making, because like the Hausa language was the most populous language in West Africa. A lot of people use the language for trade. So when the Fula came to to spread or propagate, like Afridamus said, the correct version of Islam, right? Because they were doing bid'ah, innovation in Islam, right? So I mean, somehow they were able to infiltrate and into their into their chieftaincy structure. I just didn't understand that, and to me, I still ask the questions all the time when I meet someone from there because it just didn't make sense to me. I don't. When you come to Ghana, the Ashantis, they are over there. The Europeans came, they took over them, but then they are the ones still ruling them, right? Even though sometimes a lot of people say the Ashantis, they were short people, and at a point in time where they couldn't, their women, like most of the men were dead, they had to go and marry people from northern Ghana so that they could help them to to have more male kids.
They kidnapped them. They didn't go there to marry. They kidnapped them. They kidnapped them.
They kidnapped who? The Ashantis. Ashantis kidnapped.
The Ashanti were going to kidnap the northern people of Ghana to come and make children for them.
No, but I think sometimes when you present time doesn't give you when you observe present time, it gives you an insight of what really happened in history. Because a lot of people think the northern people in Ghana are very weak. Most of the people who fought for the British, I know the Ashantis actually. They are the northerners. They are the ones with the strength. When you see them, you can tell like they are like the Mandinkas, the Sonikas, and you get what I'm saying. Because a lot of Ghanaians do associate the Akan tribe as maybe like the Europeans. They like to argue, they like to reason with you, but they don't like to fight. But the Northerners,
because you people fought the Ashanti with the help by using the British because you people didn't like them at all. You understand me? That's just the truth. You people did not like what the guy was doing. It was brutal. He was asking for slave, always for slave, for slave, for slave. You understand me? He would prefer you to handle him slaves than any other thing. So that's why I think the northern part of Ghana, they like him and they want to fight him. You understand? Until today, they even still like the northern part of Ghana, just living their whole life. You understand me?
I mean, because like the north, but if I can be honest with you, in terms of physical strength, there's no way the Ashantis can compete with the northern part of Ghana. Because even till today, if you go to Ghana, people consider the Ashantis, call them as animals because they like to fight anyhow.
You're right, because those people are very they're close. I to be honest, there's certain tribes in West Africa like the Akan, Ashanti, Fula, Malinke. They actually were people that are actually known throughout history, to actually fight invaders. They will fight to death. They will put their life on the line for their people and their land and so on. So I wouldn't obviously.
I don't think the reason why maybe
the Fula they allow the air fire to really face Ghana to really face the Ashanti.
You allowed what?
No, but I don't.
I said when the Yoruba were fighting the Fula, they wanted to turn their route towards Ghana.
But hold on. Kidola, see, even in present time, when you talk about boxing, like kickbox, those who fight boxing and something like that, you don't see the Ashantis are the ones fighting. It's usually the Ghana people or probably people there.
Zogo, what I mean is like, you see, the Yorubas were fighting the Fula, right? All the way to let's talk about the Fodo anyway, all the way to Kwara and all those areas, right? But your people wanted to route to Ghana, you understand me, to fight the Ashanti. You understand me? It's a battle. battle of the conquest.
No, the Oyo warriors back in the days, man. Everybody know the Oyo.
But
they were warriors.
You know what is funny? What is funny to me is like very few Fulani, migrated to northern Nigeria, and they are able to conquer the entire Hausa people, and I don't know, take over their leadership roles and everything. I'm kind of.
It's not that they conquer them; it's just a trust because
it's the trust. That's the right term.
Join them to take away the brutal Canaries people. You see, when somebody asks you, right?
And the problem is even those people, they don't even speak Fulani because most of them speak Hausa. Or the ones I meet a lot of northern Nigerians. I speak Fulani to them, they cannot understand a bit. Even if they understand, the way they put their pronunciation is very quite different from, because if you want to see where the Fulanis are, you go to Futa Toro, you go to Futa Jalon, you go to like in Guinea Conakry, and now northern Nigeria, northern this place, Senegal, around Mauritania. That is where you will feed them. And Gambia now. And
you know what, Mal? Yeah. What's fun? I met this Nigerian women one time, right? Okay. And it was weird. They're from the north. Mm-hmm. But they are Soninke like me, and I spoke it to them. They, we were able to understand each other. They spoke the same language as me.
Even the Soninke in this.
Hold on. What did you say?
You said they met a Soninke woman from northern Nigeria.
Yes.
No, I mean even
I did.
Now you understand what I'm trying to say to you. Those people that you call Fulani in northern Nigeria are not all Fulani.
Okay, here's the thing. What you're doing is right. You're being defensive. Those people could just be new settlers there.
Afridamus, I want to
agree with
those people are probably just new settlers there from Gambia.
What Al is saying is sometimes, those days like Samori Toure, when he's going
Al is trying to bring us into this. He's trying to bring us into this.
When Samori and Alfaya are going to war,
he go with Muslims. He don't go with Sarahule, Soninkes, and this thing. He go with Muslims. And Sarahules were Muslims. The Soninkes are Muslim. So the troop will comprise of Fulani, Mandinka, Fulani, every, Bambara, everything will be in it. But now, the confusion.
It's mostly the Fullers, though. It's mostly the majority Fuller.
The confusion the Nigerian people have is whoever is and the not they think is Fulani. So I say, oh man, you guys are confused. Why will you don't know even the original Fulani?
Mal, hold on, let me explain.
Mal is 100% on point.
Yeah.
Hold on first. Because someone did say maybe there are Fullers in northern Nigeria. Most of them come from the Adamawa state. The Adamawa state is a state for the Fulanis.
Yes.
Even the former presidential candidate, what's his name? Atiku. That's the Fulani name, Atiku.
Adamawa was part of Cameroon. It wasn't part of Nigeria, right?
I don't know much about that.
It was part of Cameroon. It was drawn into Nigeria later on.
And mostly a lot of you guys, you kind of conflict, like people from outside of Nigeria, they kind of conflate. And when they say like Nigerians confused, they mean like the Southern Nigerians confused.
Yes, the Southern Nigerians. I mean,
they're very confused. Yeah,
the Southern Nigerians.
They don't know the tribes in the north. Wherever they see, they say, "Oh, it's even for us."
Fulani.
One time I came here when I was walking here with a Nigerian man. He's like 50-something year old. So when he told me, when I came, I just met him. He told me, "Where are you from?" I say, I'm Kana Nigerian. He said, "No, you are from the northern Nigeria." I said, "No, I'm not from the northern." Are you Fulani?
Afrodemos, if you go to Nigeria, you know, bro. You know how much these people like. Dude, no matter what, they will say you're Fulani.
I asked him, why do you think that I'm from northern Nigeria? I'm a Fulani. He told me, because you guys are tall and small. I say, okay. So I'm from Gambia. He said, I have a Gambian friend. You guys are also all Fulani. I say, no, we are Muslims, but we have different tribes. I don't know why you guys confuse always. Everybody is a Fulani or a Hausa if he is a Muslim. This I don't know.
I cannot get back for them. They will shut up.
I think the reason is because the Hausa people, they have one, like the people from northern Nigeria, they have one universal language that they use to communicate among themselves, and partly because most of the people in North too are Muslims and they use the Hausa to communicate among themselves. If you come to Ghana as well, when we came to locate to settle in Ghana, we have the community that we created called the Zongo communities, means like when you lodge, the settlers where they lodge. And we have tribes like from Yoruba and neighboring African countries. But the universal language that we use to communicate through the mosque and trade was the Hausa language. Until today, that's why a lot of people speak Hausa language over there. That was the reason why.
So, Al, by the way, they call this thing called the Mali. You know, Mali. Mali mean, a hippopotamus in Mandinka or in Malinke. So that is the name of the empire. So many people confuse the Mali today as a republic and the Mali empire. It's quite different. If you want to know who built the Mali empire, they are the Mandinkas from Kankang. And Kankang is in Guinea Conakry, in northern part of Guinea Conakry, border to Mali. And the capital was Nyani, and Nyani is still in Guinea Conakry. You understand?
Right.
They expanded east and they expanded west. So many people.
Do you know what? I know that because I have Malinke in my blood. Yeah, you will not fight. I have Malinke in my blood.
Yeah, most of the Fulanis have Mandinka or Malinke in them.
Can I tell you something, Kidola? Can I tell you something, Kidola?
Yeah.
See, when I was like, when I was interacting with like the people from northern Nigeria, even when I was in Cyprus, though. See, when I was in Cyprus, I campaigned for the African student presidency. My house of people supported me, and they voted me into power. But people from the southern Nigeria said the house of people were doing tribalism over there when I was in Cyprus, right? So I think the reason why there's this tension between the northern Nigerians and the southern Nigerians is that when the northern Nigeria comes to the south, they don't respect them. Even when they act in Nollywood movies, when they want to portray someone from the north, he's the gate man or something like that. I think it kind of builds a resentment amongst their own people that they don't have any trust for the people from the south, right? I'm telling you from someone who's an outsider that I observe when I communicate with them in the Hausa language, and and the person from the southern sees the person from north as backwards based on their even though they are making valid point, but the level of disrespect with how they say it.
Zogo, you still know why?
Yeah. Somebody asked in the comment section whether there are a lot of Fulas in there. I said Fulas is the second largest ethnic group in Gambia. Yeah, I don't know whether you guys know that. Somebody asked.
No, Wolof is second largest in Gambia.
Then Fula must be. Fulas have already taken over Wolof. You don't know about that. They were attacked. Fulas were attacked. Now they are the second largest. Check it.
Zogo.
Yeah, before
you'll be surprised because the amount of Fula population is growing fast in
Zogo,
West Africa,
the problem why Nigeria, the south and the north have problem.
No,
it still has to do with the Usman Dafodo war.
Oh God.
The southern part of Nigeria, the jihad, it was like a war. They have to fight to stop Usman Dafodo at one particular point. You understand? At that particular point, some of the area whereby the Usman Dafodo people settled, even when they were no longer there, so that they have children with some of these local women, or so that they just settled there. But some of this area now become Muslims. You understand me? So the Southern man is using one eye. The Southern man don't understand this. Now they start knowing the difference between Fula and the Hausa. You understand me? Not too long ago. You understand me? So in one way or the other, the past is still kind of like haunting them. You have to understand your people, which called the Elefe people. The Elefe people fought the Osmanda people, the jihadists, the Osmanda, for a very long time. And I know the Oyo wanted to turn their arrow and their spears and whatever they have towards to go and fight the Ashanti. You understand me? So it was not just like a battle that actually, if you check at it, did it really make sense? You understand me? Because what hold the Oyo behind the Ashanti is the Dahomey Kingdom. You understand me? So on one hand, they were fighting the Fula Hausa. In other hand, they were also fighting the Dahomey people. And if they could have break through Dahomey, which they did at one particular point, is the Ashanti, the Oyo want to go and fight. They want to conquer that area and get those land back and get those land. Just what they do to Bini, Cotonou people.
Yeah.
So it was a war of conquer. But the Fula and the Hausa didn't allow the Ashanti to rest. They allowed the Oyo people to rest, to go and fight in the other side. So it was just like a war. It was like a kingdom, Isa kingdom, since the grandfather of all the kingdom collapsed.
Yeah.
I think which is the Mali Empire. When that Mali Empire collapsed, the whole of West Africa was like on fire.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hold on, let me read the super chats here. Hold on, Al, let me read the super chats. Flavors of the Continent said, thank you for the super chat. It said, people in Ghana always hating on Ashantis. I noticed that too. Thank you for the super chat. Let me keep reading here. Here we go. Flexed up. I see this is a fuller conspiracy against me, but I'll read it anyways. Afridamus knows the Soninkes went. He doesn't want to get harassed by Nigerians. No, we did not go to the war. Okay, don't even listen to Al. We're gonna the alliance we have. We would have to reconsider this because you over here throwing your Soninke, partner under the bus here.
You know why people hate.
Al don't want to take responsibility, but go ahead. Thank you for the super chat, anyways.
You know why people hate the Ashantis? See, I'm telling you. The Ashantis are like the Kano people. When I met the Kano people from northern Nigeria, I equated them to the Ashantis. They feel Ghana belongs to them. All the resources belong to them, and everybody, all the minority groups are beneath them. So why wouldn't any other ethnic group
think the same way?
Yeah, I mean,
and that's
hold on. Somebody's echoing. Judah, fix that. Mimi said Afridamus Fullers have even taken over Mandinkas in Gambia, but the Mandinkas will never accept it. Mal, what do you think about what Mimi said there?
No. The thing is, before the Fullers were the third largest ethnic group in Gambia.
Yeah. Now they are second. Are you sure?
Yeah, of course. That's why you have to check your data. Before, when we are going to school, it was third, because when you read in school, they will always tell you Mandinka is fourth, Wolof is second, and Fuller is third. But now the Fuller is actually second, so you never know.
Mal, you see, our population is not even like. How can Al accuse us of going to war in all these places? How can we don't? The Fullers have the number, we don't. Al, you better take responsibility.
No. The thing is, what Al is saying is like when you are fighting you don't fight in the name of tribe, you fight in the name of Islam. So it includes most of the tribe who accepted Islam, and we know Soninkes were like basically 100% Muslims, even from how to call it, Mauritania. Mauritanian, Soninke, and Gambia and Senegal, they all speak Soninke, but they have dialects. Yeah, they have little dialect. But I think you guys, what you need to do is Soninkes, you need to go to Mauritania, take those people out of that Mauritania and bring them to Senegal or Gambia, because those people are I don't know, they kind of Arab, I don't know, Arabinized or something like that.
But no, those people are the you talking about the blacks in Mauritania?
Yeah,
we have Soninkes there, but they have the Haratines. The Haratines are the ones that are enslaved, not the Soninkes.
No, I know, not the Soninke.
The Haratines are the ones that are enslaved there.
Yeah, Soninkes have a big population in Mauritania. Most of them. So
because it used to be our home.
Yeah, exactly. It used to be your home. So, but in Gambia, Soninkes are very few. Like it's less than maybe 5% of the population or 10%. It's less than even 5%. Then you go to
we're more than 5%.
Yeah, Senegal.
Most of our population is in Senegal and Mauritania.
Afridamus or Mal.
And Mali, and in Mali.
Yeah, and in Mali. Yeah.
Afridamus or Mal, I have a question. Like Sheikh Ibrahim Anyas, from Senegal. What tribe did he belong to?
Wolof. He's a Wolof.
See that man from the Tariqa to Tijaniya, jurisprudence. he has huge influence in West Africa, including northern Nigeria, among the Muslim communities, like because his way of Islam like had influence
Yeah.
over most West Africans. And
No, even in Sudan, if you go to say Omar Nyas, in Senegal, he have influence all throughout. Even northern Nigeria, they have more influence. They have more Nyasens. We have Nyasens. They call it. We have Islamic sects in Senegambia region.
they call him
Yeah, they are Nyasens. The Tijaniya you are talking about is from say Omar Futi Tal. Omar Futi Tal, created the Tijaniya sect of Islam in Senegambia, and it spread across West Africa up to Nigeria, up to Sudan. But say Omar, this guy Nyas you are talking about, that Nyas is a leader of Tijaniya, and people accepted him, because he's very knowledgeable. He wrote a lot of books, in Islam, and we also have the these people, the Kadriyas, and those are the Mbaifals, the Mbaifals, they come from those.
I know what you're talking about. I mean,
yes, yeah, they put on
Morocco,
rasta.
I know.
Afrodamos, Brando is a Fulani. Don't you see it look like?
Who?
Brando is a Fulani. His blood is.
Oh yeah, Brandon does look Fulani though.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
He
does look Fulani.
It can disturb a lot. It disturbs Black Americans.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I did meet typical Fulanis from Adamawa State that looks just like dark skinned Africans too. Not all of them are light skin or something like that.
Oh no, I know. No, there's different like there's the light skin. They have even the darker ones who are called Tuklor. Baba Mal is a popular Senegalese vocalist singer.
Yeah.
So there are like a lot of people you see even across West Africa, like some of the leaders, you don't even know that they are Fuller because even Guinea-Bissau, their president is Fuller.
Yeah, Mbalo. And
Macky Sall, Macky Sall is Fuller. So there's different kind, like you have the dark skin and the light skin. Yeah. Al, are you light skin? Most of the ones in Sierra Leone I know are mostly light skin. Al, are you light skin?
I have drinking for no.
Al, are you there?
Yeah,
Don't
most
fall
of the
asleep.
ones,
Don't drink that Fulani milk.
most of the Fullahs in Ghana are mostly light skinned as well.
Yeah. So they have different ones. They have different. Al, are you light skin? Al, are you there?
Yeah, taking that milk. Yeah, taking that milk.
Al, I saw you unmute yourself, Al. You heard me, Al.
I've taken that special milk. Brandon is on his head.
They call it Balejo.
Al is very interesting.
Yeah,
He's very
Kidola, I mean,
but the Balejos also think that the dark Fulanis are slaves. You see, I don't know whether you guys know that.
Oh, I know. I know about the class thing.
Yeah, the class thing there.
And I think that's one thing that I also noticed among northern Nigerians. I think that's why maybe part of the reason why maybe the Fulanis were able to have access into their chieftaincy structure, because maybe they love the idea of light skinned person, right? So they married them and they become part of their own, and then maybe I'm guessing that way.
Zogo, we trust. To not be honest, we trust an outside man, businessman than even a certain businessman. You understand me? Let's just be honest. Even in Nigeria, you prefer to do things with the northern one because they are far more honest to you than maybe.
Yeah, can you hear me now, Afrodemos? Yeah, because I had to come back. I have to go back out and come back in.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I don't know how you call it. I am what you called
light
I'm
skin.
not light. I'm not light. I'm not dark. I'm medium mode, probably like a copper. However, the real Fuller is a dark Fuller. Any Fuller that you see is light.
Al, don't even start. Don't.
Any Fuller that's
Al, please.
That's light is the admixture Fuller. That's how we say it.
Yeah,
my dad is so dark he can't see him at night. My granddad is so dark.
I think those Fuller that mix with the Canaries, or those Fuller that because Canaries have you see, this is the problem of West Africa. This is the problem we still facing up to today. The battle. Just sometimes I believe everybody is mixed with West African blood. the fuller is mixed. Only nobody will say anything about it. You understand me? Most West Africa are mixed with each other. That's just the truth. What you see, the northern, up to today, the northern mama will come and marry a certain Igbo. I think will marry to an Igbo woman. You have children. You understand? So what you see today, Nigeria is almost like a melting pot.
Yeah,
You
I,
understand?
you're
So
right.
there's nothing really you can say, oh, this. Look, it'll be very difficult for Nigeria to break up because we're so choked at each other's neck
Mhm.
that we cannot even leave each other. We still, one how we love each other. It's like a husband and wife who say, I hate you, but they can never get divorced.
Yeah,
That's what the problem is.
You know, we can move some of this drama over to East Africa. They are a little bit boring over there. We can move it to them and add them to our empire. But guys,
No,
guys,
they are
let's do
very confused in
let's
this Africa. They are very confused in this Africa.
our closings here. You can talk about East Africa in your
Let me
closing.
end, man.
Yeah,
Afridamus
go ahead.
it was a good show. Today's show that we West Africans are very, very interconnected. All this mess of we actually more connected than you understand. That's why until today you see Red Igbo. Where that Red Igbo came from. They all mixed up with some of these people, you understand me? They all mixed up. West Africa is a very mixed up territory. Only that there's some people there, there's some people there, there's people there. See, all this battle we're talking about, all this battle has been fought in West Africa. For what? Just to conquer. You understand me? Just to conquer, just to conquer, just to conquer. That's just all. We all fought each other. At the time, we still. I think the British even came with more unity. Because I don't think the British was not around. I think some people will conquer some tribe will conquer the other tribe. You understand me? So what the Black Americans have to learn, they don't need to be ashamed of their heritage. Their heritage and the heritage of warriors. Yes, what happened in the past is bad. They should be proud
Well,
of
it's
it.
not really bad. That's just how things were.
That was at
Not good or bad.
Maybe they were from the weak tribe. Maybe they were from the weak tribe being defeated. Then they be sort off like that. That's just the whole thing is. I told you, the Fula and the outside they allowed the Oyo people to rest because the Oyo wanted to. Or the Oyo power was towards Ashanti. You understand? Was towards Ashanti to fight the Ashanti. You understand? But Dahomey was disturbing them. That's what they take on Dahomey. Then they start selling each other up until today. If you go to, have you ever seen a waterway point stay in the water in Lagos area, in those areas, those water where the people just live on water? Those who escape those.
I have a question. What made the Ghana people from southern Ghana migrated from Nigeria to, because they also migrated as well. Maybe the violence was too much over there, right?
Yeah. No, yes. It was a fight. It was a fight between the Oyo. The guy was moving away from that at those battles. The battle was worst. You understand me? But you have to understand, among these people also, these Oyo people also have underground people also work for them also. You get what I'm saying? The Ashanti was very powerful at that time, very, very powerful. You see, strong kingdom want to attack the other strong kingdom. That was really happened. But the Dahomey was a little bit, even when they get to the Ashanti also, but the Dahomey did allow them peace to reign so that they can just go straight. That's why in Cotonou, that's why they have their proteges in these areas. You understand me? But at the end of the day, we all come from the same family. Even the Ashanti, if the Ashanti also, the Ashanti was ready to fight the Oyo people too. You understand me? So it's not like everybody was like trying to conquer each other. What happened is, all these problems that come up in West Africa today, you see, is the fall of Mali Empire, which is the real grandfather of all the kingdoms. It was a huge kingdom made out of other internal kingdoms into a very huge kingdom. If Mali Empire did collapse, I don't think you would have seen battleground. Even this kind of Atlantic slave trade would not even take place at all. But yeah, is what it is. Is Muslim or not Muslim? I don't think I think we all won, but Muslims, the religion started changing. I think the Christian religion was the late one to come to West Africa. That's just the way it is. Just like the way Jollof Rice moved from Senegal to Nigeria. Somebody brought it there. You understand me? Somebody brought it there. That we're all eating it today. Nigeria is one of Nigeria's best cuisine. You understand? That's just the way it is. I love this history. This history opened my eyes. I know some histories already, but it made me to think, we're all connected, really. We're all connected. We're all connected. Thank you, Afridamus.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Well,
Well, thank you so much, Kidola. All right, Kidola, thank you for coming again. Go ahead, Zongo.
yeah, I mean, hey, I would say our African traditions. No culture or tradition is stagnant, or it changes over time when it comes in contact with other cultures. So that's completely understandable, right? I would say some of the African tradition that we, so claim to be, as powerful when we read history books. It's not that all powerful because back in the days, sometimes when someone dies, they could kill someone. We have some nasty part of our cultures as well that shouldn't be encouraged. We should just, uphold the good ones and, leave the
Yeah,
old.
but the thing is like we cannot litigate what happened already. So people are not living like that. But it's like we're moving on. It's
Exactly.
just it dispels some
Yeah.
of the notion that people try to
I,
portray, but that's not really reality. But go
Exactly. A
ahead.
lot of people are trying to portray that, oh, we are like we had a saint culture. No, I mean we had some
No.
nasty things within our cultures as well, just like the white people had. So we just have to take the good ones and leave the bad ones. And after today's show, I've come to realize that we are more connected with each other than we probably imagine. So that was a great show, by the way.
Thank you, Zongo. Mal, you're up. Thank you,
Yeah,
Zongo.
yeah. Thank you very much, Affidemos. This program, I think it helped the Ghanaians and the Nigerians to bury the Jollof War because, yes, yeah, it opened their eyes to know that Jollof itself, the name Jollof is an empire, is a kingdom inside at Senegal because they have four kingdoms after the fall of Mali. Four kingdoms emerge in Senegal called the Jollof, the Kayor, the Bayor, and the Salum. So if when they cut the border, most of Salum fall within Gambian part. If you go to northern part of Gambia, the Salums, you call it the
The
Wall of Salum.
Salums.
Yes, most of them live around there. So this is a very good discussion that it need to be know that Senegal was not even one kingdom after the fall of Mali because Mali was in control of them. The base of Mali Empire in Senegambia was in Guinea-Bissau called Kabu, was a regional military base for them. So during those times, covering the entire Senegambia. When Mali fall, everybody, try to create their own little kingdoms around, Yeah,
Well,
so
and
yeah.
Mal, so now we have more fullers than.
Yes,
Well,
I'm telling you.
Mal, should we be worried about colonization here?
No, it's not about that. Affidemos, look at it.
I'm just joking. I'm messing with Al in his
Yeah.
closing. He's
No, I think it's
Stop
the
it now.
intermarriage. Intermarriage
Yeah,
is
I
too
know.
much. You
Right.
remember, like when this guy Janke Wali Sane was dying, he said that today we are enemies. Like we and the Fullers today we are enemies. But in years to come, we will have more mixture between the Fuller and the Mandinka than any other tribe in the region. That was his last words before he blew up himself. So he also swear that he was the only last Mandinka king who will reign in Kabu. Because that's why he did not put on a pant. He always tied a wrapper. That history. If you go to Futa Jalon today, they have a full book because one of the daughters of this guy of Janke Wali Sane was actually married to Alpha Omar in Labe. You understand? So that was his wife because he said he could not believe how these people are warriors. They don't fear death. So I will rather want to get their genes in my lineage. If you go there, they will tell you that. So it's a really good discussion people are having right now, at least trying to figure things out. But in Senegambia and Guinea, I think we are basically all the same people. We don't have no more like the difference that the East Africans have. We don't have those type of things like this big. We have our tribal issues, but it's not to that extent, to that level,
Right.
because most people in Senegambia areas are intermarried. If you go to Liberia,
they are all married together with Fulani and Hausa and everybody. You understand? If you go to Gambia, Senegal, basically, if your mom is a Fula, your dad is a Soninke. Okay, if you go to the Soninke homes, you will never. Most of the Soninke rich people who get money, they all married in the Mandinka family. Okay, they must have one person in the Mandinka family. So basically, yeah, tribe issues come only in politics. When there is politics over rulership, everybody start, shouting. But if you look deep into it, like me, my mom's side is Fulani, my dad's side is Mandinka. So now, if you want to fight me, where will you put me? I'm kind of confused. I will be, yeah. So you understand?
Well said. Well said. Thank you, Mal. Thank you very much. All right. Let me read this before I, read it from Breezy Diallo, your Fuller brother here. Breezy, thank you for the super chat. He said, West African love, 100, good stream, Afridamus and panelists, but you must respect the Fuller women cooking abilities, sir. Thank you. I definitely will. The moment they start cooking real good, cassava leaf, potato leaf, you name it, then jollof rice, then I'll put some respect on the Fuller cooking. But until then, I'm sticking with the Chebujan. I'll go ahead.
Shame on you, Afridamus. Because I know a lot of Fuller women that will cook better potato leaf and cassava leaf than any other woman. But the reality is, yeah, good streaming by the end of it. It was good that we diverted it from food to culture, right? And history.
Right.
At the same time, as Mal was saying, I remember what my one of my great granddad was saying to me. He said, if you see a Malinka and a Fuller fighting, he said the best thing you want to do is leave them, because when they both finish fighting, they're gonna gang up on you and beat the shit out of you. That's a fact.
You're saying something very telling and all that stuff. But anyway, we leave it there. And all that stuff. You're saying something very telling. I want to ask
That's
you a
very
question.
true. And when the white man came to West Africa, that's exactly what they saw. They saw, you know what, if you divide the Fulani Maninke, get them to have two brothers fighting, while they fight, we can conquer the rest, right? And that's what they did, especially the French. And if you look at, and that's what I was saying, the French colonies in West Africa, they're very good at doing that. But the reality is, as Mal was saying,
they also know how to use you guys against other tribes. They also know how to use
that he's doing closing. Don't trigger him. let him finish it.
What did he say?
No, nothing. Go ahead. Just finish up.
Honestly, let him say what you're saying. What was he saying?
Al, where do Fullers come from originally? Where do they come from? Because there's so many different types of Fullers, right? You can find some in Nigeria, the Wadabe people. They're also like some kind of Fulanis. And then you have the ones in Senegambia. So the Futa Jalon is not the original home of Fullers. It's just the place they congregated and became a lot. So where do Fullers come from originally?
What tribe are you?
No, he's just answer his question.
West Africa.
Yeah.
You said you are Jola.
Yeah.
So you guys are original in that area.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get that there is
Jola
original tribes.
Jola is from Senegambia, like Casamance, that region. Gambia,
Jola, Kumanti, these original ancient tribes. Mandinkas are from Mali. You remember? They
Mali. Yeah, the border between Kankan and Mali.
Yeah, so Mandinkas are from Mali. It's the same region. But I wanna, for the Fullers though, I can't put down, because even in Guinea-Conakry,
Mandinkas are originally from Sudan.
What's it again?
I said they are originally from Sudan.
Who's that? The Fullers?
The Mandinkas.
The Mandinkas. All right. So okay.
No.
So
I don't think that's true. I think the Malinka are from French Sudan, not Sudan as you know it.
Okay.
French Sudan is called Mali. You're asking me the origin of Fuller and the tribe as you know it, right? You mentioned the Jula, right? As you said, the Fuller tribe in general is not Fuller is not a race to start with, as a tribe as a race, right? It's a collective of people that speak similar languages and similar culture, right? That bound themselves together and call themselves one group, as such.
Okay.
So it's a very it was a very new phenomenon after some of the end of some of the empires, because people wanted to switch, legion or alliance.
But here's the thing.
But let me just finish. You asked me a question. I'm just answering. So to ask for a tribe that is not based on race, to pinpoint where they come from, in one area, that's very wrong. And also, a fuller person is a person of different tribes, that actually come from different tribes. One fuller person will have fuller, Soso, Mende. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm just giving you an example, right? To that actually come together, like different groups of people back in the days that came together, and
I'm not coming at you. I just want to.
No. But I'm just trying to explain to you. No, that's a very good question, because for example, the Jula the Jula people, like the Fuller in Gambia, are closely related to the Serere. Because I'll tell you one thing, for example, the Serere you call in Senegal.
The Fuller and the Serere are not the same. You mean the Tuklo?
The Tuklo, pardon me. The Tuklo are
Fuller. Yeah, the Serere are there. Anyway. The Serere and the Fuller are not the same.
The Tuklo are the Tuklo, I think, are the mothers of the Serere and the mothers of the Tuklo.
You know what? I will. Anyway, you know what? I will leave that alone unless there was a Serere here. But
I had something. I had something to push. I wanted to see if Al disagreed.
Tuklo and Serere.
I had something to say. I wanted to see if.
But when it come to like as person, as a tribe, or whatever, Tuklos are Fuller. Fuller is Tuklo.
Al, I had something to say. I wanted to see if you disagree, right? So I've been coming up with this idea, or this thought pattern, where Fullers come from, because we know they don't originate from Guinea-Conakry or something. But when I look at Fuller, or like you said, they are conglomeration of different peoples. Or you understand me? When I look at it from Nigeria to Senegambia region, and the way they occupied, it seems like they were the people who used to live north when the Sahara was green, and they were pastoral.
Just like the rest, just like most of us. Most of us that live in West Africa today.
Yes,
that's where we used to live.
You were west, but around the Sahara region. So when the desert was happening,
let him finish.
Coming down.
Yes, underneath Morocco and Mauritania, all the way come to where. Yeah, go on.
So when the desert was desertified, that's when you guys started coming down looking for more greener pastures. You understand?
Just like most of the tribes that you see in West Africa today.
Yes, to a certain extent.
Yes. To a certain extent.
But I'm just trying to say the Fullers originally are not from that green belt. They're not from that green belt.
Most tribes are not from the green belt, bro.
Some tribes are.
Most of them were not from the green belt. In fact, I will tell you this now. Most people that you see today in southern Ghana used to cohabit in northern Africa. Most people that you see in northern Ghana used to cohabit in the Sahel.
All right.
Right? So you can't when you're coming up with this soft argument, this sort of topic, what you're trying to do.
You know what? Okay, guys, we're in the closings here. But we would do a topic about this special. Let's close it.
Where did Jula come from originally? Because they're not from the Gambia.
Okay, guys. No, Gambia is not. But I don't know what happened to him. But that. We gotta close out, close it out quick, please. Because you're open. If you start asking, if you start talking about the origin here, blah blah, Al is not gonna accept what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
what I'm gonna say is, it's a very good show. I enjoyed it very much listening in the background. Mal again shows he's a very educated person, very well knowledgeable about the rest of the world and all that stuff. Very good show about Jollof, some comedy, some history there. That's a very, very good mix show. I enjoyed it very much. And all I can say is Al, we're not coming at you. You need to calm down and all that stuff. It's not that people are coming at you. We're just trying to establish certain things and certain truths. And sometimes there's a level of ownership that people must take pertaining to the history. I
don't want to talk about that.
So, but anyways, Afridamus, I ain't got much to say apart from I enjoyed the show very much. That's all.
Thank you very much. So do you think, because I didn't ask you this, the blacks, they would fit right into the culture there in Senegambia, Gambia, Senegal, Those,
Okay.
you know, is it a good fit? You think
the blacks, they are they have a different types, right? So some
because
of
I
them
saw
are
you
raised,
typing in the chat about it.
yeah, some of them are raised in the streets, and and if somebody's raised in the streets, this person is usually uncultured. You understand? Very uncultured. And some of them are raised in good farms, good homes, and they're quite cultured. So they learn to appreciate this kind of different cultures and inculcate them. You know, so you will find the Pookies and really like the FBA's types and all that stuff. When they come in, those kind of are just complete degenerates.
What percent?
Degenerate will not understand.
What percent do you think those are in the population of?
No, no, I don't know. You are the one in America, so you know the percentage of degenerate Black
Well, I just
Americans.
want to know what you think the percentage is.
Maybe let's say 40% of the all cultured Black Americans will understand African culture.
I'll save that for another show.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a good show. I
We
think
will have a good show tomorrow.
All right, that's good. I've been
Another,
enjoying spectating
yeah.
these days. I hope Mal can join in more. He has a lot of knowledge on this kind of stuff, and so that we can move away from the East African topics. I've learned enough about East Africa. I want to know more about my region. You understand?
Oh, thank you, Dad. Thank you.
All right, cheers.
All right, Al. Okay, Al, do your closing. You didn't have the chance. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, sorry, brother, man. Yeah, I think this guy that came, the Julab guy, he was quite disingenuous, to come, on a platform and ask someone, where is the origin of this tribe? And after, it's like he wasn't listening to the conversation that we was having. After we just talked about different empires, how tribes, some empire fell and some tribe migrated from one area to another, some tribe went and conquered there, some tribe went and settled there. And he just came over to the last end of the point. Let me ask you a question. Where is the actual origin of the Fullers? You can trace the Fuller origin from the
I think
northwest.
all the way to Somalia.
Yes, from the west all the way to the east, because we're the only
I think
tribe.
I think probably Somalia area.
No, it wasn't. There's nothing to do with that. That's a myth. There's nothing. There's no genetic or any historical link to that part of the world of the Fullers. Not one tiny inch. All the studies that shows the Fullers were originated from the northwest Africa, from the strip of where you call beneath Morocco all the way to Mauritanian area, and then migrated. In fact, if you look at all our history, that's what is actually said as well, right? You should know better a little bit if you know a bit of the Soninke. But over the years, we had the Berbers came over in our territory. We had the Arabs came over, and so obviously, being one of the last brave black tribe that remained in the north, we're bound to be encountering loads of trouble, and also been encountering invaders, and that's what made us fierce people. Yeah, in West Africa, because we've been used to invaders, we're used to violence, we're used to people that coming to do other stuff, and we've seen all this historically. It put us in a better advantage than the other West African tribes that's been hiding in the forest, claiming Africa as their ancestral land. They've been away from all the dangers that we've been exposed to, right, over the years. So for them to, in fact, all the studies that comes on Fuller, like according to the geogenetical history and the studies, have no link of Fuller people to the outside of the African continent and also to the East African region. However, we do have a tiny bit of Fuller people that went to Ethiopia to settle there, because of the cattle herding and that, they move over there. But all the indication and all the testing, and in fact, loads of tribes that we have in West Africa, including in Sierra Leone, they actually have their ancestral lineage back in the northwest Africa, where Mauritania, Mali, Niger, all that part of the world, when the place was very fertile and really habitable, before they move further down to the south. And the more we do that, the more we have to fight other tribes, move them further down a little bit, take a bit of their land, take this and say, mate, listen, the invaders is coming, you need to give them.
Some people in the chat are saying, how much milk would you be able to drink to change from the British accent to an actual Fula accent?
Say that again.
They want to know, like what's up with the British accent. Would you ever be able to bring the Fula accent out?
That's irrelevant.
Well, that's what they are saying in the chat.
If they want me to speak like a Fuller, or they have no they dislike for the fact that I actually managed to grapple with the great British accent, then they can find a way.
They said is it because of tea and crumpets?
Tea and crumpet might be nice. I'd like do you want some crumpet, bro? If you ever get a chance to come to the UK, you can have some, bro.
All right. You've been a good sport. Thanks for coming, Al.
Yeah, that's all right.
Hey, you're welcome here.
Next time someone asks you about that, you should give them the answer because you know better than anyone else. All right.
Hey, I'm just here to bring the
but
questions.
It's important that you tell people the truth that you know.
And you see, even your FBA friends here, some of them are calling you a white man speaking. But you see that. But Al, thank you for coming.
It's funny. These are the same sort of people that will be actually out there sucking a white man. So
no, don't say it. You're fasting. Okay, Al. Goodbye, guys. That was Al, as you know. Guys, that brings us to the end of the show. As you guys know, almost another 4 hours, but it's been a great show. We hit on the cultural 101, and we ended up into history. As you guys know, over here, you never know how the topics would go, but we cover everything. You see, Al came in defending his Fuller people when he thought, people are exposing the history, try to throw Afridamus and his people under the bus, making us invaders. I mean, come on, that was a long time ago. How do you guys keep talking about something such a long time ago? So let's just talk about more recent history. That's what counts. But you guys know, come back tomorrow or for another great show. I want to thank all of you for watching, the people on the panel, and those of you that donated to the Afridamus report. Let me give you guys the golden thank you here before I close out. I have to give you guys the golden thank you here.
Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you. Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you. Big flex, my swole up. Double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up. What's the problem? I'm pulled up. Big flex, my swole up.
Thank you guys. And all of you have been awesome. It's been an awesome job. Give yourself a pat on the back for being awesome. But let me let the bear do that for you. All right. All of you have been awesome, So, guys, I'm going to leave you out with our normal, beautiful song. As you guys know, the song that talks about the olden days, the olden days. So, until next time, I'm your host, Afridamus. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on the midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old. Back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on,